than half of you failed. Most of those who passed just got by. Nobody had 100%. This is the poorest class I've had in a long, long time. Most of you have no foundation at all. Now the trouble's with your attitude. You don't pay enough attention in class. You don't do enough work outside of it. You don't know what the word study means. You haven't the slightest idea. Don't you realize that mathematics is an important subject? I tell you right now that unless you get over your lazy habits and come up to the standards I've set for this class, many of you will have the pleasure of repeating this course next semester. Mr. Grimes had tried another approach.
can have.
You know, the best and worst part of streaming in 2023... Wait, 24? What year is it? That's my first question. What year is it? Oh, right, this is my hard mode game. Hey, Nine, thanks for coming in. Hope that you're having a good day and enjoy your lurk. We are just playing... Okay, why... What... Oh, I actually have to... So we're playing Wario Land 4 tonight, and there's going to be a lot of glitches, weirdness, and other things, partially because this is... I should take a picture of it, but I have a little device called a Analog Pocket that... It's basically a Game Boy, but on copyright-free hardware. And yes, I did have the game up specifically to reload it just for the intro cutscene because it goes unnecessarily hard for a Wario game. Actually, it goes unnecessarily hard for Wario in general. We'll rant about why he is simultaneously one of the greatest characters in Mario games for just how they continuously do whatever for him. Actually, Mario games are just kind of great because they do whatever for any reason. But yeah, so I'm playing on more or less an actual cartridge. It is technically a bootleg. Love it. But it works, and it didn't cost an arm and a leg. Like, it's $15 for an okay cartridge that just has the game and works. So you're not playing... brain's not braining. So you're not paying collector's prices. And you get something that isn't like... God, I think this is... Yeah, 2001. That's a copyright date at least. So you're not playing something that's on a stupid old cartridge that might be wearing out. Like, I have a couple Game Boy Color ones that the way they keep save data is that they didn't have any memory system that could actually work with normal, that actually work without power. So I think even Game Boy Advance cartridges, they just have like a watch battery in the case, like soldered onto the circuit board, and that thing is what keeps your save data intact when you're not playing the game, and works okay if you're not playing it and it's just kind of sitting there. It lasts for a long time because keeping a little bit of memory active and in the same state doesn't actually take all that much power, and if you're playing, it can run kind of like recharge the battery. I also love how this game just kind of starts with following a cat down into an ancient pyramid that you almost run over. Yeah. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. We are existing. This is another probably shouldn't have streamed because of how the day was and how tired I was after everything. But I figured, I can just get an energy drink because I gotta go run out and get some groceries anyway. I may as well do that, be fully caffeinated, which I think it is a sin and a shame that the only way to get the only way to get 20-ounce Red Bulls is through gas stations. Like, you can get 16 ounces in stores, but for whatever reason, if you want more than that, Yeah, it's only gas stations that have them. I guess it's like just everyone else viewed it as too much or too insane, or didn't want the liability implied with selling them potentially in bulk. But man, I honestly, after I had that energy drink, I was feeling so sleepy and could have just, like, part of the reason I was thinking, maybe I should call off stream is just like, I want to take a nap. That is entirely it. Which isn't going to help anything. Oh, hey Sith, how's it going? And part of what I was saying with how we're playing this, as it's the closest thing that I can have to an original Game Boy, because my old Game Boys are completely broken through overuse. Like, old Game Boy Advance lasts for a good while, but through constant use from years of playing it, the problem I think was that they all, I love the weird keys key ghost thingy. It's so silly. Okay, fortunately those guys are pretty easy. But I think the problem was that there's a ton of dirt and gunk that just naturally accumulated under all the buttons, so you had to really press them in order to get anything, or for it to work. Alright, there's nothing that way. And yeah, it's kind of just easier to get a new thing. I'm doing fine. Thought a hurricane was happening today, but oh! Yeah, hopefully it like goes through your area without causing too much damage around or anything happening to you, but that's good to be delayed. It means you don't have to panic prep for it tomorrow. Yeah, that's just starting to hit, because I know that there's one blowing up through Gulf of Mexico, kind of like up and to the left on the map. And I guess it's starting to hit around West Coast now, so although it's hard to tell, there's always more awful weather happening. But I hope that it's not too destructive. The weather event or the mixed drink. Also, welcome in, Char. Actually, both would be nice. Either or. But yeah, no, one problem is that I'm running this thing because the analog pocket that I'm playing off of runs in, like, has a dock on it, so you can put it in for charging and also connect a US or HDMI and like, so kind of like how you could used to play these on GameCube.
Sith Knight 20 is first in the stream.
Ooh, congrats on first, and thanks for that, Slaps. It appears to work similarly to, or it appears to induce some lag. Also, I have no idea what the heck Spoiled Rotten is, because, like, what the heck is even that? But I am certain we are justified in beating them up. For the longest time, I thought the TV with, like, the GameCube behind it was just a stove, but I guess that's more to the right. Yeah, and I think it might be because aforementioned bootleg cartridge, but there's a little bit of lag on this game, I've noticed. It's not as bad as when we tried Mario and Luigi. That was just absolutely unplayable to the point that I'm tempted to crack it open and see what happened. But everything else is okay. Come on, play Wario Land now. I'm not going to, but I want to. Good. That's half of my job. Should probably find a ROM of it. I have all my ROMs like split into two places. A bunch of them are up on Google Drive for like either my personal or VTuber stuff. A bunch of them are just downloaded on my computer. Some are on my phone. I have no idea how they're on there still and not anywhere else, but they're stuck on there. And it's been a while since I've updated the ROM share channel in the Discord. I should probably do that more, but also story. They take up a bit of size. Man, it always seems to lag when it's loading the level, even when I'm not playing docked. But beyond that, it's pretty good. Worth the $15 of the cartridge cost. Yeah, another thing that it's one of those like weird traditions of, I know I'm technically playing this game in the absolutely wrong way, but the way that the game's difficulty increases, it wants you to do Emerald Passage first and work counterclockwise from where you started as the levels get harder. What I always do instead is start in the Emerald Passage, or the Topaz Passage rather, the second hardest set of levels by game design, and then go clockwise, which makes me wonder like, wow, why are these really hard and kind of annoying? And then it goes to absolutely ridiculously easy levels later. Okay, no, I did that wrong. It's like there's so many, this entire level is so many things of, oh yeah, you have to do things just right and have some good amount of timing, or else you're going to like miss a bunch of treasure. Like these blocks up here, I have to break things in a certain way to get these blue ones down. There's a lot of timing in later levels. Huh, I thought there was a thing up there. Could have sworn. And then it gets to the Emerald Passage, and it's tutorial part 2. Hey games. It's a meme song. That I don't think I've ever heard Wario Land music in like meme stuff. Either like the level theme here or the bonus room stuff. I mean, it definitely fits because, yes, there's absolutely nothing that Wario ever does. Oh, wait. I did that wrong. Up to there. And then... Okay. Second try. That down once. That under. I go over. There we go. I remember this, it's possible to like get them all in line and just run, but it's also a lot easier to, yeah. It's me. Yeah, I'll believe it. Oh, right. So I was playing hard mode of this later because I'd beaten this game once as just like, I'm lying in bed doom scrolling. I do not have the capability to take the phone away from my face, so I may as well put something that's less disturbing there. And managed to beat it on normal mode, and is trying to go through on hard, because if you get like beat hard and get at least 10,000 points in every level, you get something. But hard mode also changes around like where things are a little bit. Still, it doesn't change it as much as like the super hard mode you unlock after doing after beating it all in hard mode, but there's a bit of difference. Maybe I should look up some WarioWare. There's not WarioWare, Wario World memes. Because at the very least, the base game treats basically everything Wario does up as some sort of joke anyway, so I can, because like the main power-ups are things like light yourself on fire and go destroy some blocks that can't be destroyed otherwise. I remember this one took me a long time to figure out of how to break that specific block. Oh, no. I'm blaming the larger screen because this is just on my main... This is just on my main monitor, and it is so huge. It is ridiculously sized. Like, I'm used to playing this on a screen smaller than my phone, and here we are on I think this is, at least in terms of what I remember, I think my main monitor I've got this on is bigger than the first TV. Break that all the way. Break that once, and... Oh. Does Wario have region? Kind of? Because this is the first... So the thing with Wario games is that this is the first Wario Land game where he's not just flat out invincible. Like, earlier games, the most an enemy could do is knock some coins out of you, but they didn't, like, they just did not have a health meter for Wario. That being said, things like setting myself on fire or any of the special abilities doesn't actually hurt him at all. It's just direct contact with something dangerous, like the little Wario car enemies with a spiked front. I can hit them, I can bump into them behind, but the moment I actually hit the spike or something that'll hurt, that's when I'll take damage. That being said, when I do take damage, then I lose a heart, but that little red bar underneath, most enemies will drop like a little red orb that... Oh yeah. Yeah, like, see that red bar went down and they started dropping red orbs that get enough of those and you get an extra heart. If you have max hearts and maximum of those little maximum of those little orbs, then you get extra money because enemies stop dropping the little heart pieces. So kind of, if you fight enough people that... Oh! I missed some stuff up there. Ah, well. We do have enough money for gold crown, so... Not that it matters. So kind of... Ow! Alright, is there any mods around? Alright. And gone. It's so annoying. They've noticed that people are just banning and blocking like all of their phrases. So they start using every single special character that they can to get around it, because it's text match, and technically through the way that works, it's not a letter with some extra thing applied to it. It's a whole different, something completely different. I would, but I've had some people who just like to show up and chat for a bit before they follow. And honestly, I feel like I should be able to like take a bit of time, figure out how many different variations of E are there, or and what I should just get is I think it's like Seribot or something, that There's bots specifically that detect and auto-ban all of them. And I wouldn't be surprised if it just ends up with a different type of bot that figures out how to follow. I swear. If people who ran scam bots put their energy towards something productive, we could have bullied so many celebrities into doing stuff that they didn't want to do. Would have been so great, but instead they just do these very obvious scams. I honestly have to wonder, has anyone actually fallen for one of these? Just red. Alright, on like a 3 or a 4. Ew. So yeah, that's always one thing that I see of whatever Discord scam happens. Yeah, we'll get a 6 just to move this forward. Set myself on fire again for the fun of it. Because the easiest way to not fall for a Discord scam is if you don't know the person and never talked, never answer random DMs. I feel like that's the same thing of like phone calls, of the amount of people who never answer the phone because it's 9 times out of 10 a scam. 3. Oh, nope, that missed. Alright. Well, I can't get it now, so I may as well turn the platforms back on. Or do I need them off? I don't remember. We're just gonna go for the diamond. Nope. Going wonderfully. Well, I respect the game having just massive gimmick after massive gimmick. I do have to say that this specific gimmick is a little bit annoying. Especially on like the original Game Boy screen. In your opinion, which is better, Pizza Tower or this game? I haven't actually played Pizza Tower just because things kept on getting in the way and missed, and never ended up getting it. But from what I've seen of it, hang on, gotta lock in for a second to just get a single one, is that it's not quite a similar comparison between games because Pizza Tower's in... Oh, dang it! The one thing I needed, because well, we might have to replay this level because I'm pretty sure there's a chest down there that we need to get to the boss. Oh, wait. I think there's more stuff down? But they're pretty different from what I remember. That this game, the Wario games aren't really that much of a high-speed, keep a combo going game like Pizza Tower is. They're a lot slower puzzle platformers, partially because like these games started as Game Boy original Game Boy games. They just did not have the controls and graphic abilities to make a game around very exact and precise jumps. Only a 5 will do it. So they made them a lot slower and puzzle based. And that's the other thing, that this game does have a lot more personality. That they did do... Well, that's not to say that Pizza Tower doesn't. It does stand up in the aesthetics of a very anxious man trying his best question mark. And I'm gonna get hit by lightning. Ow. Okay, I have to go up and check which one of these actually leads to something. Alright, so that one I don't think I can break. No, that one's the one. Don't know what that one goes to. Nope, missed. Well, we may never know, and we'll probably have to go through this again. It could just be secrets and cash. It could be something that we need to... So wait, I can just check. Oh no, we have the entire... Oh, it's 100% just money, which we'll be fine without. Yeah, there's... Alright, and now we just need to get to the frickin' end of this without getting hurt too much. Like, I think part of the reason why this game kind of stands out as having personality is, oh dang, is that there's enough things established with it being a Mario spin-off. Alright, just a 3. That it has a little bit of the vibe of a Mario game, of it being completely unhinged. Like, stuff just kind of happens in Mario. Ah, Cass, thank you so much for rating. How are you? What are you doing? Ooh, SMT5. How's all that? We are hopefully you had a good stream and... Oh. Hang on, I need to throw this old man through some spikes. Nope. Missed. Hope you had a good stream and were able to get some progress without getting absolutely wiped. You summon demons over here to steal wallets. I love that. Welcome in, Raiders. For everyone new, I am Eldritch Horror Red, Eldritch Horror from Beyond Reality, who found an old band Blockbuster and like, yeah, this is probably about the best that things will ever get. So we're making this my personality. Mostly I usually possess this small roll of bread, but because unfortunately sometimes you need hands, I possess other things like this semi-skeleton that I call Corpse. Looks perfectly fine when the jacket's closed. When it's not, it's... yeah. Really? Yeah, I remember hearing or talking to someone about it, like I think a stream or two ago, that as far as Mon games go, SMT is more closer to Pokemon than Digimon, or something like that. I remember from what I've seen of SMT that that it's one of the few RPGs where stat changing... Oops. I forget that if you press B by accident, you just leave the hall completely. Or like stat changing moves and buffs, debuffs, poison, whatever. That they actually matter for once, even against regular battles, which... absolutely fantastic. Every Final Fantasy game or other RPG I've seen, with the exception of like defense up, sometimes it's all just, alright, I'm never going to use this, and it's here largely to make it so when I go for one of the useful damage spells or abilities, that I do not get there immediately. Which is probably more on me because I don't think I've ever played a Pokemon game where stat changing moves, aside from like Man. Why am I having a hard time with this? I think the only stat-changing moves I've used in Pokemon are, like, dodge up or accuracy down. Everything else, do not need, just go full attack. That is more useful in the long run. Wait, I missed it. Yeah, exactly. If you're not doing damage, why bother using it? It's just a waste of a slot. Oh shoot, I'm doing this in reverse. There we go. Play a modern Digimon game. Yeah, that's... I hope that Digimon's aged better than, like, Pokemon has, because I remember just in terms of story and gameplay that there's always kind of been something to be left desired for more recent things in Pokemon, at least, that is either the story doesn't really hit well, or is like kind of weirdly written, or in case of Scarlet Violet, it's impressively buggy. Wait, do I need that roll to... I don't know. You can attack with the whole team every round, that's true. Oh yeah, I remember that, like, Persona's an SMT spin-off, and that they always have things like the all-out attacks or something of just the entire team absolutely joining together to murk them. Which I've always loved that, of yeah, here's one of the few RPGs where you can just haul up with absolutely everyone and ruin the enemy's day. Oh, God, I remember this one because it sucks so much that there's little... You can crawl... Okay, I shouldn't have hit that. You can crawl back if you give up. Right there. Ah. Ah. Man, usually these puzzle rooms are like, you have to think a little bit. This one's just trying to murder you. Oh, thank you so much for the lurk, Sith. Sorry to just saw that now, but hope you have a good night. Thanks for dropping in. And want from all these is a Monster Rancher game. Yeah, I remember saying that you were looking for a specific game that fits that niche. Come. Ah! Right, I need the flying one to ramp off. There we go. No. Ah, hi, Pizza. Ah, wait, Pizza, thank you so much for the raid as well. Wow, that is the second time I've gotten raided right around or at hitting the frog switch. I forgot that I don't have the ability to pause, and then I forgot that I don't have to pause on account of the bot doing everything. My brain's working. But how is Hitman? I saw you post the pen, or like the explosive pen, which that should just be a basic feature of pens. Like, why don't more pens explode? They could not be trusted with an explosive pen. Well, we learned from the mistake, and how to put that in the, and how to make it so next time it happens, other people are inconvenienced. Well, welcome in. I hope you had a good time. For you and Cass both, who raided earlier, if you have to raid and run, totally understand. Like, take care of yourself first. Streaming's a whole thing. For everyone new here, I am Eldritch Horror Bread, and Eldritch Horror from Beyond Reality found an old band blockbuster full of classic games and decided to just talk about them way too much. Normally I just possess this little bread roll because it's cheap, it's easy, and doesn't break things if things go wrong. But wait, where's my face? That also happens sometimes. Because I am possessing things, so sometimes I just lose track and like don't. But tonight, just because it's been a hot minute, possessing corpse. Half skeleton in the sense of half clothed. But it's a good time. And I hope you had fun. If you got a rain run, understand my brain is going on autopilot thanks to 16 ounces of Red Bull drunk way too fast, and we're just trying our best, which is going to look a little bit worse than the average. Oh, sweet. Yeah, scrap some food. Oh yeah, that's what it is. And I'll get that in my toasts for you. Associated. Wait. Wait. Why is my... Hang on, I gotta fix something on here. There is... Something is lower than it should be. No way! That actually does... It actually does... VTube Studio is actually meant to cover my entire screen, and it's just been 3 inches lower for no good reason? Wow. You learn something new every day. Wait. I need that over... Hit me. Fat warrior. Got decoys, so I had to keep shooting my gun at things to get guys to go, but I gotta use the funny button. The funny button was fire. Perfect. Nope. Good enough. Wait, what's over here? Oh, sweet. Doll of Patience 0 in the last level took me a few tries to silence that. And I am. Nice. I always remember that in stealth games, it takes me a couple of tries. Like, Dishonored is technically a short game, but when I'm trying to do the... No. I missed the 500 coins. Well. Like, when I'm trying to do the unseen, no kills, maximum everything challenge, it takes a moment. Usually 2 tries a level. I mean, the good news is that if you can just get up in that game, you have no problem with... Like, nobody looks up. That is a true fact of the game and real life. Just nobody knows how to incline their neck to the correct angle. That's just full of pigs. Or people get infected as finicky because you have to blast Patient Zero guy almost immediately before you... Right, yeah, that would... If that count... that'd be kind of mean if it counts as a death. Of like, yeah, you have to... This infectious dude can't infect anyone else. I keep on thinking I'm missing something. Like, just absolutely not seeing or not doing the full challenges, but so far this has been this has been going better than the run where I'm actually trying to get a gold crown on every level, plus the collectible music discs and everything else. Oh, Domino. Ah, dang it. Hit B again. Maybe it's just because, like, I feel whenever you play a game multiple times, you get really nostalgic for the early levels. Because they go fast. We go by fast. I forget, this entire area, you gotta race the dominoes. This one I think it's going to take a couple of tries to like actually gold crown, because there's a bunch of cash and stuff on the stage that just becomes inaccessible if you mess it up. Plus multiple paths. Yeah, we're just going for speed. Go in the distance. Entire run must be goofy from in universe because I was doing a lot of dumb stuff to get Silent Assassin. Beats the sniper bit when I just started shooting everyone instead of guessing from. It's for the greater good. Just light them all up. Oh god, I forgot my favorite part of this game is the sound effects. Because you just get either these voice lines from Wario that sound questionable, and then things like the very high-pitched ow. Does it make sense? Not really. Am I glad it's here? Oh yeah. God, that was friggin' barely. That domino was on the way down. Oh, that works. Funny thing is, it got me the challenge for getting all targets before the hints were given. Well, if at first you don't succeed, just keep on shooting until you eventually get it right. That'll work. Right, I should have saved one of those guys to get... I keep on forgetting that this is actually the second hardest section of levels in the game. That a lot of these will and are meant to be a legit challenge, so I kind of do have to think to get everything. Nice. That'll be helpful when I actually get the switch. Alright. 2 out of 3. Process of elimination. That's true. Emphasis on elimination. Ignore the part where I got 5 other guys. It seems like the type of game where if you kill people unnecessary to the mission, it's either so long as they don't actually compromise you and like you handle it, kind of like how any other stealth game, if you any non-essential kills are just kind of collateral or bodies to be hidden and not usually game ending. So it's fine. At the very least, it's worth not having to deal with them. Oh, hey! The CD. Ooh. I don't know where that goes, but I want it. Oh, I should have gone down here first. Oh, boy. Okay, this one isn't really that challenging. It's just kind of rhythmic. We're good. God. Wait. You know what? Wait, no, why am I doing this? There's literally an easier way. The door is still here. I can just go. Like half of all the victories I earned doing the pinball challenges are specifically to make this section easier. Yes, roll it. I have no idea which one that was, but I think there's one more? Somewhere? Easily could have missed it. Aha! No, wait, this is just the way to go. I believe we have our first repeat. Or wait. No, there's this... We have this pit. Oi. I do love the fact that we're not only racing against the clock, we are actively racing against the clock because we have either accidentally, on purpose, or otherwise doomed this place to destruction. With a slight helping of, well, is anything even real? I missed it. Doesn't make it hard to read chat, though. Non-targets drop your score and cost your silent assassin rating. It also cannot ever compromise a disguise. That's true. That's true. The dead men do... We got gold crown on that, too? How? Why? Mostly how? Also can't compromise disguise. Unless it's a target you can fix with the ancient. Forget this message. Killing them. To get silent assassin by accident by giving up and pushing one target off a building outside a railing bit thing and accidentally timed it so nobody saw me in time despite one guy walking right past before pushing. Wait. Oh, Pinball Zone's red zone. And I hit the B button again. Yeah, I swear, no matter how you do a stealth game, it's almost always dependent on luck. Usually when I play, if it's optional stealth, I never do it because it always ends up being just, well, my entire run and plan and setup is all going to be ruined because after studying this guard time and time again, they're going to turn around 0.5 seconds faster than I expected and see me. Air rodent. A ghost of a mouse on a giant flying teddy bear that fires tack soldiers at you. You have to flip over and hit them specifically, because why not? Oh right, I completely forgot that I got distracted from answering a question of like this game or Pizza Tower, and that just because it is a good question, because there's a lot of like influence on this game from Pizza Tower, and I honestly think it depends. That this is a much slower paced, like puzzle platformer game. It's not really the influence that game got, or Pizza Tower got from Wario Land, is not in how the game's played. The fast-paced combo stuff and speedrunning levels. The most I can say is that it got inspiration from the countdown switches at the end of every level where you have to run back through the level and try to get try to get any new secrets, the key and anything else before the level blows up and robs you of all your money that you rightfully stole. Like beyond that, they have different enough vibes that I don't think... Oh, dang it! That I think that in terms of comparison, it's not really like which is better, Mega Man or Mighty Number 9. It's more of, hey, this fan game's really cool, and I remember the vibe. That being said, at least for the memories I have, like this was the game. This and Superstar Saga were the games that I always would play on my Game Boy Advance. So I am a little partial, and okay, don't... Oh, come on! I think I might hate this rat. It's one. I think I have two or three hits left. And if I don't beat them quick, that treasures in the background, which I want all, are going to start disappearing. Come on, please let the cutoff time not be a minute. No! No! 15. Wait. Did we get it? Did we slip it right in? Oh my god. Like we lost one. That's it. Nope. It is perfectly fine. It gives you like 3 seconds of mercy. Yeah, I was even in the middle of saying, we could use this information from the woman's phone call as she started to fall. Hey, you can use the information, you just gotta listen quick. It's probably not as emergent as Dishonored, but most NPCs, so long as the situation doesn't change, are very preset. Yeah, that makes sense. The problem is I like always misjudge patrols and the like. Wario gets paid. Barely. Or like there's one bit in a stealth game where I'm expecting something to happen and it's right, and it's like right as their patrol set changes from like behavior A to B. Let's see if no wait, what am I talking about? I had to run this level like 5 times last time I was playing through because I forgot where one of the treasure chests was. I'm like, well, I can't beat the boss until I get it, so I better go back. Just ended up running it again and again, thinking, alright, it has to be on the main path between the first one and the second, and it's just not there. Part of Hitman being like that, things why it's secretly the funniest stealth game for what it enables. Oh yeah, by all means, if you gotta go do post-stream care, please do. And thanks again for the raid. Yeah, I can see that, because it'd be less of a game that's about, like, reactions and making sure dang it, I forget which buttons the jump is and isn't on. Like, it's less about reaction and thing on your feet and more of pre-planning of if you do a mission once, you know what's going to be what's going to happen every time. Yeah, also this time for sure, because I need Flat Wario in order to get one of the chests. Oh. Ad break. Take care of that first. We can actually pause this game. It's wonderful. So much better than Dark Souls. Be back in a bit.
We encourage lawlessness with the force of caution.
Huh, that's certainly an idea I had. Oh, shoot! I completely zoned out and forgot the ads were back. Ah, dang it. Because I got a message from my brother saying that you could either get a PS5 Pro or 700 cases of or 700 cans of Arizona iced tea. And I'm like, no, you can actually get more. Because last time I was out at like a Costco, or Sam's Club, rather, that I got a case of 24 for $10. Normally 12. I'm like, no, you could get 14,000 cans of Mountain Dew. And that is the better option. Or not Mountain Dew. That is 100% the better thing, too. I can do more Space Marine, too. Nice. I've been thinking of Space Marine, but besides the fact that I kind of have to save some money because the life stuff, as annoying as it is, and the other fact is that everything I see about Space Marine, I'm like, wow, this is like Dark Tide in the sense that I feel that these Space Marines are just as screwed as the random grunts, despite the fact that their sidearms are bigger than the top tier giant weapons I can use as veteran. Neat. But it also is just, I wonder if Fat Shark had some involvement in it, because it does feel like Dark Tide, but more, like in terms of graphics, if that makes sense. In some instances, like I remember seeing, it's one of those cases of every time I see this game, it's always the same part. It's always the part where you have to boot up several generators while a like rat swarm of whatever the heck the bugs are called. I want to say terminids, but I think that's Helldivers. But I think that Tyranids. Yeah, that's Terminids, Tyranids, those are basically the same freaking thing. But no, this is the... Right here is the... Wait, what do you mean it's not... So on hard mode, this is where a chest is, and I kept on missing it. And I guess the reason why is because I expected there to be one here. Okay, bad news is that we're now at half chest and no idea where the rest are. I know where one is because... Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't know if I know, but yeah. I managed to get cheaper off of Amazon because, geez. Yeah, the game starts you off with defense stuff and campaign for its early things before varying up. More so... Oh, Chaos shows up. Nice, nice. Okay, now I'm more confused because there's another chest down here. I think it's like all the... They start moving chests to like the bonus exploration areas. And then they put them in even more devious challenge zones for super hard. Which is good. It's Thousand Sun's name. I'm gonna be honest. I think I can name like a handful of Imperium factions from just a couple of places. Anything other than that, I have like zero clue. Mostly because I'm only really concerned with the orcs because I find it funny. No idea who those are. I just know like 3 marine groups and yeah, 3 marine groups, some of the races, like some of the more notable guardsman factions, like the Cachetan jungle fighters, because they have a special ability in the rules called "Sorry about that, sir," which has a chance. All it does is there's a chance for them to kill a nearby commissar instead of like. I think they still get the normal benefits that you would get that like the commissar gives, but all sorry about that, sir does is instead of them losing a unit, they lose the commissar, which makes sense because they're based off of Vietnam War. And that was kind of a problem in Vietnam, of men fragging their officers because they did not agree with them at all. Or did not like them. And like the Valhallan regiment, mostly because Iapis Kane stuff. Death Corps, and then beyond that, it's all just the Imperial Guard as a whole. That's all that's notable. Oh, there it is. And for the Marines, no Ultramarines because everyone complains about the blueberries. Salamanders. And... Huh. I thought I knew more than that. Turns out I just know those two. Those handfuls. And beyond that, they're just another tin can covered in paint. I have no idea who those are. No, like... Oh, wait, that was the last one. Bit funny, a major enemy isn't campaign, but operations. Nice. I think the big problem with Warhammer is that in a setting where... Because the whole thing with the grimdark setting of Warhammer is that it's an attempt to make literally every single tabletop game ever played with the system canon. You play in Orcs Against Orcs? Perfectly fine. Happens all the time. In fact, it's happening right now. It's weirder when it doesn't happen. You play in Guards Against Guardsmen? Hey, we got a term for that. Traitor Legions. They are... This just is a thing that happens. Blast away. Like, literally any combination is something that can happen, so... You have major... So things like that happen. Like, major enemies just kind of show up in the... Wait, is that something I can break? Just kind of show up in every place because there's too many for a single game. That ain't. Titus legit goes, you guys deal with this bit. Probably for the best. Ah, dang it, I went down the wrong hole first. Because there's a lot. I did see, speaking of Space Marine 2, I did see a meme that and part of it's what, and part of this meme's part of the reason why I'm like, wait, how much Dark Tide stuff did they put in this game? That it was either they photoshopped the Marines into a shuttle with one of Dark Tide's Ogrins, or they photoshopped the Ogrin into Space Marines shuttle. It's like, I think one of us got onto the wrong shuttle. Ogrin, you guys Space Marines? Yes, that's pretty cool. Which I would love to see if they do use very similar engines or like close enough. I would love to see a base class modded with the best weapons or equivalent that they can, reject guardsmen from Dark Tide and modded into Space Marine, just to see how well that works out. Wait. Ah, dang it. I need to go back up and do it all again. I feel. Oh, right. I had an awful idea during the break. I should have blamed coming back late on that. But I was like checking Twitch to make sure that the lurks that I usually do were set up, and I had the worst idea for a stream that you could possibly have. Just collab fishing. All it is. You're going into streams of people who you're going around for knocks on and just seeing if it's possible to get anyone to actually answer. It, on one hand, would be really funny. Like, I got all the classic collab games loaded up and ready to go. We'll see if literally anyone is willing to derail their stream plans and play that and jump on a Discord call, because I'm not using the actual knock features because they're kind of really dumb. And just go through, see if it's possible to get anything to happen with the freaking knock feature. I'd probably be the only one on Twitch at that moment to be using it. Oh shoot! Like where? Like I know the fact that there's one of those apple throwers here. Ow. Means that I want my money, you stupid fish. God, those things are so annoyingly and pointlessly difficult to actually kill, even though you can do it from bopping their underside. Bridges of the Cannon, for the record, you're just a B team. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that does feel a lot like the similar vibe of everything's canon. Wait. I think this is the way to go. Like a similar everything that you can do or every game that you can imagine for Warhammer is actually canon. It's just happening somewhere else. But I do love when a game has the multiplayer and optional stuff. That's canon. It interacts a little bit. Especially if they do a good job and actually kind of integrate it with the story a little bit. I know Mass Effect 3's old multiplayer mode, you it was framed as like this is what literally everyone else is doing while the main story of 3 is going on. It's a combined war effort, and things are going badly enough that yes, this is needed, and it is as constant as you'd expect. There. You'll even hear them. Oh, that's actually, yeah, that's really cool. That is the like multiplayer is happening while the main game's going on. Oh right, collab fishing. Like on one hand, I think it would be funny to see if, you know, literally anyone is willing to. It'd be kind of a proof of concept of yes, this feature is as stupid and useless as everyone said it would be. But it'd also be really funny if Rosa, thank you so much for the raid. How was the stream? I saw that you were playing Paladins and then swapped over to Spirit of the North earlier. Space landing, come in peace. Well, at least one of us here does. Well, welcome in raids. I'm Eldritch Horror Bread, Eldritch Horror from Beyond Reality, who really should be eating it, but discovered video games aside. No. This will be here later as a snack. I'm playing all these first. So as long as people still make video games worthwhile, I and everyone else will still be around. Normally, my main model is this bread roll, which is now horribly on the line because I realized that earlier that VTube Studio on my OBS was 3 inches lower than it should be. This is awkward. I'm going to have to like remap everything to make it actually sit. But just for tonight, because I wanted to and it's fun, I'm swapping over to another form, which I call Corpse. You can never guess why. But yeah, good to hear that you had a good time. Did you beat it, or is there still a little bit more game to go? Wait, no, this is the right way? The eternal problem of Wario Land games. Am I going the right way? Oh, hey, Star. Need something to listen to while I do off-stream embroidery. God, you're still doing... Well, yeah, of course you are. From what I've heard, that you got a lot to do. Well, best of luck, and I hope that I am conductive to that sort of craft work. Oh, sweet, you beat Lost Ember? Nice. All right, so I see there's breakables down there. I have no idea what in here is breakable. So yeah, I'm fucked up oh no. So to start over, doing extra time off stream to get it done. Oh, that's breakable. I could have sworn I hit that. Yeah, this is like the level that actually has the most amount of things that you can break in the entire game. Somebody calculated it. All right, give me that. I'm gonna start playing Spear of the North on stream with some Fox Spear Dane. Totally not inspo for the Spear. Nice. Oh, right, right, you were playing Lost Ember before that. I'm gonna be honest, there's a handful of games about it, of cute fox or animal games that inspire trauma and deep thoughts about mortality and everything that I kind of got it confused. But no, I do really love it when you're able to pull up on stream like, yeah, this was a huge inspiration for me for various reasons. Like, I was able to do that with Kirby 64, actually, because Kirby had a little bit of inspiration for probably an Eldritch Horror. Also really cute, so we're not thinking about that too much. But the final boss, 02 of that game, that one had a lot of inspiration on, like, in general, the oh, okay, I see the puzzle here of like everything. Oh dang, everything else. Like, before I got a art or just like a Twitter auction or drop your PNG for a chance. God, dang, I keep on looking up and not across. I gotta throw them across and then... oh, man. Like, I just wanted my V2 model or the Eldritch form to look a lot more like that boss. Yeah, no problem, sorry. Like, I try to give shoutouts to people I know stream and support just because it's... I always know that a lot of the reason I'm able to do anything is... Oh wait, maybe I can just stand there and get hit? Or jump and wave? We'll see. It's just because a lot of other people support, so try to do that to friends and people that I admire their content. Alright. Wait. That would have worked if I wasn't looking up. If I wasn't... if I knew how to not fat finger the D-pad, look straight ahead, jump, and there we go. Alright, hit me, you weird crabapple thing. Haha! And I think I need it on the other side to use as a projectile. So much of this game is just how do I inflict the most comedic amount of violence onto Wario and everyone around him. But yeah, Rosa, so many people around them, like, I can't keep them straight. Thank you again for the raid, and if you do have to raid and run, completely understand it. Like, stream is a whole lot of work. Get a snack, get what you need to. We will be here for a hot second, so whatever you need. Heh. I gotta get all of them, it seems. Wait, is this not actually the way to go and... Right, this is just bonus room. Come on. Huh. Oh, wait, I know. I understand. I need to get fat again. That would have worked if I didn't hit him. God. Okay, so he's up there. I'm down here. Now I'm fat. Gives me enough weight to bump him around. See, Wario's like a Fable character. Wario is... I remember seeing like someone describe it like Wario has been designed specifically to be the opposite of Mario in every way possible. That whenever Mario's power-ups are all completely beneficial items that do not deal any damage to... that go away when he takes damage. Wario's power-ups are all awful and hilarious things that happen specifically because he's taken damage. He's just basically like a tank made of blubber and garlic, and no matter what, ends up getting the upper hand because of it. Hit him with a hammer? Alright, he's Spring Wario. He is now being launched skyward. Enjoy. Set him on fire? Flaming Wario. He is now a menace to everyone. Oh, sweet! I did it the first try. Almost never happens. And there's nothing you can do to stop him until he hits the wall enough times and turns into an even more dangerous flaming wreck. I think yeah, there's like... No. And even Flat Wario, you smack him like a pancake, and he just... Oh. And he now just fits under the door. It's nice. And that's so much further down than I expected. I feel the need to do all these bonus rooms because the levels aren't actually that long to justify like 4 to 6 minute timers. And I am concerned that, or absolutely convinced that I need the extra time or whatever, or whatever's back here for some reason. Because I do not remember what key items I have and have not gotten. Wait, how the heck? How the heck do I have 20,000 coins? Most levels only have 10,000. Oh wait, that's actually the way to go? The heck? Oh! Wait, no. We're good. I thought, that explains what was down there. Wait, no. No, we're not good. So the way that I didn't go was the way that the music disc was. I'm still used to the hardened mode because I played like a smattering of these stages there and enough to like see where the differences were, and there's something above the portal there, but not here. We did have a Wario game on GameCube. It's 3D and more about him punching the shit out of eldritch creatures because it took its cast. Oh yeah, Wario World. Yeah, that one I remember. That was one that I got on the Switch. Hang it. I rented that one a lot. And I remember it being super good. I recently got it on 40 Below Fridge is probably my favorite. I got like a ROM of it, and the levels are a lot longer and kind of more complex than I thought, but it holds up. Remember another where he throws the princes of the game aside because of money. That one I know is Shake It. That one I 100% remember that being Shake It, which is another one that I've only rented, but I remember it being fun. It is one of those Wii games that, wait, hang on, let me pull it up. Wario Land Shake It. Shopping. Oh shoot! Like $12. $10. Wow. We are in the golden age that nobody cares about the Wii anymore. But they don't refer to it as retro because the meme of, well, no, retro games are like the PS2 or the Nintendo 64. The Wii is pretty new is like actually true. I could get so many, because I don't know, there's like a sweet spot for retro games where it's all collectors ruining the market and the like, where PS2, PS3, Wii, as it turns out, are games that nobody cares about. Wait. No, I need Snowball, not Ice. I need this thing. Because if you have like a Nintendo 64 NES game that they think you can make a lot of money from, those are the ones everyone cares about. But if you have something that visually the best way to explain its vibe is, it looks fine, a little crunchy, that one you can just get. Actually, yeah, no, for the prices I saw for Wario Land Shake It, this game cost more, because this was $15. And it kind of plays a bit dodgy, but like, I have my Wii, I can see it from where I'm sitting, it's just over there. I was not paying attention. Like, we have the technology to just take advantage. Someone's acting up in this match, so I'm seeking tactical marine slide instead of wall. Godspeed. Hey, just slide away. What's the meme? Freeze, don't take another step. Starts hovering. What the? Some may decry that technique as heresy, but it is well attested in some codex I'm totally not making up and approved by the God Emperor himself. Oh, hey, Nori. How are you doing? Wait, thank you so much for the raid. I saw the shout out before the raid message came and God damn. How are you doing? Oh, you're playing Duck Detective? The Secret Soul Hobby? That sounds amazing. That is 100% a game that I'm going to have to check out. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. I hope that you had a good stream of that and made some progress in the case. And if you have to raid and run, totally understand, because that's just how this goes. Like, stream is a whole lot of work, so do what you need to. Damn, I never get that one that fast. We were just playing Wario Land 4 because it is a great game, and are discovering that collector markets have decided that that many great games on the Wii were just kind of meh, and it's cheaper to buy Wario Land Shake It than this game by like $3. And I'm also just getting absolutely rocked by Spear Guys. Stream's going well. Perfect. Good to hear that it's a great game. And yeah, so far it's going really well. For anyone new here, I'm Eldrator Brett, Eldrator from Beyond Reality, who found an old man blockbuster full of classic games inside. You know, I'm just going to play them. I'll be here. I'll do Eldritch stuff later. It'll be fine. Normally, my main model is this bread roll because it's cheap, it's easy, and when I get in fights with the laws of physics, the laws of physics always win. Also, the reason I'm floating is because I found out that my VTube Studio screen was for the past, like, several months, a couple inches lower than it should be, so now while I do the screen cover, it covers the whole screen, but as a result, I'm floating. Which is partially why I have the other model, Corpse. Yeah, I bet you cannot figure out why. This one's meant to get into fights with the laws of physics and win. Yeah, I don't know why, but I really appreciate anyone who does raid and come by. I only enjoyed 2 games on the Wii, ended up selling my Wii and skipping the Wii U. Oh, what games were those? I'm curious about, like, which ones that were liked. I remember a couple that I played, like Animal Crossing City Folk, top tier. I am one of the weirdos who actually liked the new Super Mario Bros. Games, but I also ended up skipping the Wii U. It is more of a case of that Wii U and 3DS, that was just, like, I was young, did not have disposable income. Ooh, a thing. So, I love that that's put there just for that. So it was more of a case of I didn't have it because I couldn't afford it, and, like, there was still games and everything else. Your twink bones can't handle such bread. Why did I say that? God, I love the quote board, just because it's like, it's a chronicle of what was I on and where can I get more of it. One is a Dragon Quest side game that's really freaking weird, and the other one was only Bear Zombie Slayer. Basically 2 games, you swing the Wii remote like a sword. Yep, fair and valid. Okay, not that. Oh, right, I have to get that all the way down, and then it goes there. 2 different extremes, but hey, I remember Dragon Quest is like usually pretty good with the side games. Because the Dragon Quest Rocket Slime, top tier tank game. Oh wait, no, I got shoot. All right. As for the other one, that's one that That's one that I can believe being one of those like shovelware games, or not even shovelware, just like one of those random games. There's like never heard of it. Yeah, but unfortunately it's good. Because this game is weird. Because I remember you like go up a tower in first person, you fight till you get to the top, and something about the mirror. It's like the one GQ game most for. Yeah, interesting. Because I definitely haven't heard of that one. But also the Wii was like one of the few systems that in the generation of wait. Oh shoot, did I need that dude? Yeah, I need that dude. Because the gimmick of that one is you have to get hit by the ice breath and knocked back into... Yeah. Monster Dad, you are an education. And because it's an enemy, it doesn't respond, so I can't farm hearts and the like. Alright. Quest Swords of Mask Queen Tower Mirrors. That's the full title. Had to Google it. Yeah, I feel like the Wii was the... This is not gonna make sense, like... Wait, there's 2 diamonds there? Wow. But it's like the golden era of shovelware games. There's so many random things. I remember one. It was Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine. It was just like a Mario Kart racer clone that was a little bit better than it had a right to be. And I remember is actually really fun. But then you also have absolute gems like Raymond Raving Rabbit's TV Party, which I remember initially giving flack because like it's nothing like the other Raymond Rabbit's game. Like it's just all the rabbits and But looking back on it, it had buttboarding. You just sat on the Wii balance board, and that was the whole thing. You just had to lean. It was. I remember in hindsight now being like one of the most ridiculous and most imaginative uses of all the Wii's peripherals, and like one of the best uses of the balance board, period. Oh shoot, we're going. Okay, I want to go back and try to get the other ones. Fun fact, Dragon Quest X, basically the FF14 Dragon Quest, started on the Wii. Wait, really? It's amazing. I didn't know I didn't know that the Wii had like any MMO support, but it makes sense because that's like a huge thing for the Wii and that generation of games in general, that absolutely everything had Wi-Fi. Like it was the first one, it was the first system generation where you could just connect to wireless. It was actually a balance board horror game they didn't release outside Japan. Dang, that would have been so cool. Playing for the Wii. Yeah, no, that unfortunately makes a ton of sense. Because the Wii... Dragon Quest has always kind of had a weird relationship with... Not really Nintendo specifically, but Western releases in general. Like, the leading theory of why it's absolutely massive in Japan, but just a footnote or like a niche subgenre in the US is because it cost a lot and took a lot of time to port everything over. So like Final Fantasy goes like 1, 2, and 3 in the US are actually okay, go down, I see how this goes. Are actually like 1, 2, and 5, and like 1, 4, and 5 in the US. Oh, sweet, another diamond. Just because, or yeah, that makes sense. Close enough. just because they skipped over generations to get the newer games that they had out localized and out. So when like Final Fantasy VI released in the US, the latest Dragon Quest was looking pretty dated by comparison because they were still trying to move them out in order. But the Wii, being not really a machine you'd expect for MMOs and just the absolute stranglehold World of Warcraft had, I could see that being not the best market to release it in. Yeah, DQ10 is Japan locked, so RIP fans like me want to play it. So, oh, goddamn, of course it's still going on, and they haven't released it. So I'd assume that, wait, we have the full kind of bridled power of the internet. DQ10... Oh, you can get it on the Switch. They keep on porting it. God dang it. I remember that, like, Blue Protocol, another MMO, well, I got canned completely, but they're very, like, it was out for a couple years on JP servers before they closed it, and were even thinking of pushing it out to the West. Yeah, it's like, I can't even know you're Night of Sacrifice is a strong name for horror. Got no combat in mind. Fun gimmick is how you can name all the main characters since it's just them on a mountain full of ghosts. Wait, I think I remember, if not seeing this, hearing about it. It's like a game that to run from the ghosts, you do actually have to run on the balance board, which is honestly really cool. Okay, I know that there's like this one level has me so paranoid because I'm like, where is all of the secret walls? What can I break? What can I not? True though, still more known than say Star Ocean from, oh god, Star Ocean. That was like one of the early games when I got into emulation and everything around it that I was playing. And it's such an interesting game because I got that. I played the one for like the SNES and the one for the PS3. Never beat the one for the PS3, but it's like they do so much to justify why it's basically same fantasy stuff, but in space. Of like, yeah, phasers won't work, gotta use swords. Or like, yeah, no, for whatever reason, I was never good with guns because latent psychic abilities threw off my aim. I was aimed where they were going to be instead, so just gonna use a sword and blah blah blah. And remember finding that funny. But still mad they didn't release the remakes of DQ Monsters 1 and 2 for the 3DS outside of Japan, even though both made pretty decent sales as GBA games. God, yeah, that is annoying. Like, there's so many great games that people would buy if they translated Mother 3 to the US. It would sell. There's so many people who are like, no, we've played it on through less than legal means. Oh dang, there's a pipe there. Through means. We want the official translation because that will be better than a fan translation. We want to see what this would be. Just give it to us somehow, please. Wait, no, that's not a pipe. Allergic to guns. Very fair. Fair and valid reason, and about a similar excuse for Star Ocean. And when the live non-hostile characters are just low detailed color models too. It's hard to even play a patch because it's subscription based. Because you can't, because for a while I had like to try out Blue Protocol with a friend. I had the Bandai Namco official launcher through a VPN with a translator app that I just like moved or windowed over the screen to translate things. This one's a cool one. Hit the wall, hit the switch, hit switch, hit the wall. hit the block, get paid. So the risk of being banned due to modding it, yeah. Because unfortunately in that case, when you're dealing with a subscription, dang it, they do it is justified to have a little bit higher, dang it, security over it all, just to avoid, like, the mods that would let you play it otherwise could be used to circumvent the subscription. That is not only justifying to the company why they keep it around, but also paying for server upkeep and further dev work. Quote, 54, that's why I couldn't get into any of those doors. I had to bomb the kid first. That could be Zelda? That could be anything. Cube Monsters, originally Dragon Warrior Monsters in English, did really good sales. Yeah, there's, God. GBA is just so many games that historically did well and would do well again, because, yeah, I understand the hesitation of bringing over Game Boy games, because they're, you can kind of see it now. Gonna do a little thing, because fun thing, the Analog Pocket, I have 3 different modes. I can do the analog upscale GBA, the original Game Boy SP, or the one that I'm used to, the Game Boy Advance. I have to take it off the dock, though, to swap it. So, this is what the game originally looks like, and we're going to rock the chunky graphics for a little bit. Because I had it on the analog one because it just looks better. Like, these games are a little rough because they're made with not only pixel and graphic limitations, but they're also made with disk space limitations. Of, like, a huge reason why Ace Attorney did well on the game, or did well, is because they were able to, through reusing static sprites over and over again, really the only limit that they had to deal with was how much space they had to put on to use as text or store text. Like, beyond that, they could have high quality artwork for none of the costs that normally came with developing for Game Boy. Hell yeah. Jailbreaking your 3DS, especially with the end of life on, or the lack of end of life support on the eShop, is super easy and highly recommended. Love Star Ocean storyline, try streaming in timeline order. Oh, timeline order. That is always so cool when you're able to do that. Like when you see, like, these are the games in the order. There's a couple funny things that can happen where it's like, well, we have to keep on one-upping the game in terms of scale and threat. So, like, I like to call it Metal Gear syndrome, where in timeline order, Metal Gear Solid 5 is the later game, which has the biggest, most impressive mech, but Metal Gear not Solid, just Metal Gear, the original, like, PC game, has a very unimpressive mech and mechanics because it is so much earlier before they had any of the hot nonsense that became regular later. Get stuck in level grinding because, oh god, yeah, that's my biggest problem with, like, SNES era RPGs, that it requires so much time to just grind and get everything. Because there's still a little bit of games that need to take a good amount of time, so we are making you play this a lot. So rough. They just give up, especially, yeah, Last Hope, that one, it's either Last Hope or End of Time that I got? I don't remember. I don't know, they, like, completely remade 1 and 2 for the 3DS, like, entirely redid the game 3D graphics. Wasn't a port, complete remake from scratch. Right, yeah, that makes sense. But I know that was a good one for the 3DS, because that was still a handheld, so it'd be kind of similar in concept and scope. I kind of got into I kind of just got into a tangent of just random Game Boy things. I guess the other thing is that there's not really a niche for portable gaming anymore. Because the Switch is technically portable, but practically doesn't quite have the battery life or size, and a lot of games are... A lot of games are just kind of better on a TV instead of anywhere else. I need to remove that ad blocker one because it doesn't go to a valid ad blocker anymore. And kind of, the Switch is kind of suffering from the same thing that the Wii did. That the Wii had a very defined gimmick of you are expected to play this with motion controls. We are going full in on motion, and that is every game will be able to take full use of this. But what ended up happening was by the end of the life cycle, either there's no motion controls aside from quick, simple flicks, and most games just had you play with holding the controller sideways to use like a slightly worse NES controller, or it was like very basic. It was very basic, and you could tell earlier games used a lot more full motion. Exchange for battery life, Switch lets you play DMC, Bayonetta, and No More Hero handheld. That is true, Chance. That is 100%. Like that's just accurate. That is. Oh shoot! I need balls. That is honestly a worthwhile trade. I'd make that deal. I'm not saying it's a bad system, just not quite as a big focus on what, what handheld could be. Because like Game Boy Advance and SP especially, and DS to an extent, although that one was a bit more fragile, those could just be put in the pants pockets and brought around. Switch. Okay, now that I say that, I remember I can actually fit a Switch in my jeans pocket and bring it around. Look. Oh god, it lets you play Master... I forgot, Master Duel is on everything. Man, it's been a while since I last played Master Duel. I should dust it off and just get frustrated at everything. Because I remember when it goes well, it's fun, but I also remember getting frustrated because I realized that as much as I complain about decks that just dick around with your own opponent's decks that dick around with your cards and don't let you do anything, I play Sky Strikers, which is directly built around dicking around with your opponent's cards. One of my favorite things to do is I have a card combo that lets me take control of an opponent's card, and then I can sacrifice it and use it as a monster, or to make one of my own monsters with it. And normally I have to deal with, I just get control of it for a turn and have to return it to the opponent's play before the start of their turn. But if I use it to make one of my own, I don't have to return it, so I can just destroy a boss monster for free. Switch catalog's wild. It's like combination of Nintendo not really caring anymore and just saying like, yeah, no, if it's on Steam, if it's on Steam and you can make it work, we'll host it. Sure. So combination. Yeah, it's it's the combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell of games. Okay, the fact that they put Red Dead Redemption on it is an absolute miracle, which involves several conspiracy theories I have, and a sheer amount of wait. It's like if you've ever heard the John Mulaney horse in a hospital bit. That's like, I'm sorry, what? There's what game on the Switch? Because for the longest time, Red Dead Redemption was absolutely notorious for its code base being a jumbled mess of spaghetti. Like, it was so awful. The reason that there hasn't been a Red Dead port for anything is because the devs are just like, we don't know what the fuck happened to this code base, and we're not sure if we ever will. We are not touching it out of fear that we're going to break something irreplicably. Which leads to the conspiracy theory that Red Dead Redemption 2 had to happen in order for the port to work. Because in Red Dead Redemption 2, there's, for most of the game, the only returning, you do not have access to the old map. You can get into West Elizabeth, the final area of Red Dead 1, but you are immediately put on highest bounty alert, are chased down by law enforcement, and it's like, you have 5 minutes tops before you're absolutely splattered by never-ending lawmen. Some funny flip from how Sony's current company started out censoring games on their console and not Nintendo like people seem to expect, right? Sony absolutely that's another rant with how they shot themselves in the foot. Like, ever since Helldivers came out, it has been solid downwards momentum for Sony. Absolutely incredible. And switch from Katamari Damacy to Hitman Blood Money to Tetris to DMC to Pokemon to random ass shovelware to games that you would be embarrassed to show your friends. It's amazing. Switch is just built different. It's honestly incredible. But yeah, what I was saying with the just catch up on chat and still get or not get distracted from what I was saying, that Red Dead 2, you had the old areas, but you couldn't get to them because West Elizabeth and the massive amount of heat you would get blocked you from there. But in the post game, you can go to New Austin, which is the starting area of the first game, see a couple references and the like, but the real conspiracy theory for me starts is that they had these games areas specifically because when they made Red Dead 2, they were planning on using the engine. Ah, dang it. Alright. We'll continue this after ads. Awful timing.
We encourage lawlessness with the farce of prohibition.
almost did it again. Alright. Yeah, no, I have no idea what's up with Twitch ads. I think something just kind of gets in the way of things, and their algorithm is not as good at... Ah, dang it. Take one little break, and I forget how to do this, boss. There you go. I can't believe I actually died to a boss. That almost never happens. Everyone, I mean, really? Must be something like brown. I don't even know what it could be, because like I've gotten that too, where it's like all of a sudden don't speak the language, but I'm getting them. Maybe it's like something with cookies, or not, like web history, where they see, oh yeah, they got a lot. They've been like doing a lot of stuff with this sort of thing, and that statistics show a correlation between them and users from these regions. Show them the ads. Yeah, the rant continuing. But like the conspiracy theory for how Red Dead Remake came along is that they full-on remade the game's areas and as many NPCs as they could into first, because you can visit in like post-game a lot of the areas from first game except for Mexico. The areas for Mexico still exist in the game's code. And while they don't have collision, are marked as out of bounds, they still have every area of that place modeled. And the theory is that they prepped it all for the remake, but didn't have time or ability to put it in the base game for one reason or another. Because they never use it, but it's a lot of dev work to just put in for something like irrelevant. How's my chance? Not much, just chilling, playing old games, rambling. You give me ads in Japanese, that's... Nope, search history, what do you call... Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a case of the ad algorithms are meant to do... Alright, I'm turning back on the full HD version. Nope. And gotta swap back. Because it's a little bit better. Yeah, I think they just... it's a mix of over-tuning and... if you pay enough money, they have, like... They have to have a quota of, if you do this much money, we will give you this much ad time. And that's just how it works. Also, this is meant to be the first level you play after the tutorial. And it shows. It is just a straight, limited to no any sort of challenge or otherwise. Like, most of the crates or the chests are just in line. Serious question. Do I say F it and bring my 4-pound bag of candy corn to the book thing this weekend? On one hand, that's a lot of candy corn. On the other hand... On the other hand, it's like a full weekend event. Snacks are appreciated. It's mostly sugar, so if you're walking around a lot and just like need something, there's worse things to have around. And if there's any amount of driving, great road trip food. Space Marine 2 Operations doesn't let you have more than one of each class, but matchmaking still gives you people as the same class. Wait, so you're able to like hack it around and get multiple tanks, or does it just kick anyone off, any duplicates off to prevent that, and you have to fight for it? Because if it's the first one, that'd be hilarious. And if honestly, if it's the second one, just the whole, yeah, no, we lied. You're gonna have to fight for this. Good luck. Is also funny. Oh, that is both the worst possible option and the funniest. Like, no, you have too many dudes. Put some back. And remember what that is. Couldn't be better. Yeah. Gimme. Apparently it's a problem because Bulwark and Heavy are the most popular classes next to Tactical. It's the EDF class issue all over again of everyone wants to be the high damage stuff. Support, however... Okay, I feel like there's another secret down there that I found accidentally because I got hit with an apple, and I'm like, well, screw it. I'm just going down there again. Go down. Nope, that's just it. Nice. Oh, no, Bulwark is the tank class. Which I think I don't quite remember which EDF classes are the most popular. I just know Ranger is the easiest and my personal favorite. And that the more friends you have, the more useful Air Raider is. I still can't believe that I even managed to beat EDF as Air Ranger that fast, or Air Raider that fast. Like, sure, it took 16 hours, but like, that is my least favorite class just because it's the most finicky, hard to maneuver, and like yes, their vehicles deal a lot of damage in a wide area, but it's also dependent on you knowing how to use them and having like a little bit of positioning because they're so slow and clunky. Get shield, no primary, but also night. Ooh. I can see why they're popular. Everyone loves a good night. Yeah, no, to end off that rant before going on the Sony being back in their PS3 arrogance rant. Fully believe that they did like most of the work to do all the remakes, or at least the level design in RDR2, before they just kind of ported it, kept the same graphical quality, and just slapped it all in. Like, hell, that might even be the reason John Marston is playable in the epilogue, despite, like, it is kind of traditional for them to have a different character in the epilogue than in the main game, like even for the first one. But it would also make sense, like, no, we need to we need to make him playable because we need to have him ready for what we're planning to do. Oh, rant over, on to the next rant. No, it's so, because that is something that I've been thinking a lot about. Oh, oops, I need to go all the way up. Because it's really hard to not see Sony in the news. Like, they're doing so much stuff, and it's all questionable. From Concord, which is supposed to be their big, we don't need Japan studio or anything for that. This is going to be our first massive game, huge budget, 8 years of dev time, and we are removing it from people's accounts in 2 weeks because it's flopped so hard and so embarrassingly. And then they have Astrobot, which I fully can see as just being a bigger embarrassment for them, because that is Astrobot for the longest time was just a fun little, we need a VR mascot to have, like, to put in our VR play or sandbox of just a bunch of things for this game that we're planning. Is just being like, yeah, this is what the PS VR can do. And then the 5 came out with the controller loaded with gimmicks that, of course, never got used outside of day one, because that is how all controller gimmicks go. They launch titles, love them and use them. By the time you're like a year into the console's life cycle, nobody uses any of the controller stuff. It happened with the 3 and 4 of Uncharted 1. You had to aim grenades by moving the controller, and you balanced on stuff by tilting it. Uncharted 2, none of that was around. Apparently, no bowler. Gosh, right. I have no idea. I am having a bad time with keeping track of chat today, so I have to like reread and go over everything multiple times. It's 5. The PS5 Pro is so bullshit. It's bullshit. What do you mean? The stands for it separate? My PS5 came with the freaking stand. Like, that is bare minimum. You have a stand on it so that it... The other thing is, no vertical stand? What do you mean by that? That is literally a base feature. I don't technically need the vertical stand for it, but I have it on mine because that's how it stops from tipping over, because it's a giant stupid monolith that's like a comparable size to my full-size computer. And the optical drive, I can see that. I can understand why it's extra, because it was extra on the base PS5. Like, you could get $100 off for not having it, so it's 100% a case of $100 is just how much it costs for the part, or how much it costs retail for the part, nothing much else. But God, the fact that they very confidently are like, yeah, we're going to kill physical disc games because why bother? Like, no. The way that you guys hold value on games, most historically, I want this for secondhand games, for when you guys, or when somebody makes a AAA flop and later puts in dev time to do it right, aka how I got Cyberpunk for $20 that came with a lore book, several art postcards, and a couple extra, and a dust cover jacket. Like, insane low-level collector's edition shit for $20. It was a steal. And I also got a really good game. Like, it's good. Just is. Wild. Stand and disk drive sold separately. I think the disk drive alone. God. So it's 100 for that and the disk drive. That is... It's just insane. So I'm getting like, this is why I find people cheering at the idea of Xbox just going away entirely concerning. Like, you've seen what they're like now. If Sony got even worse, it happened is just, you wanted this situation. And the funny thing is, Nintendo has had its strongest year for a while. Like, they brought back so many games, franchises. The new Mario and Luigi game, that is... I am so excited for that, just to see how... Just because I love Superstar Saga, and I get a new game. Might not be Alpha Dream, but it's gonna be just good. Oh, Chaos and the Tyranids also tag each other. All right, nice. I love it when games have enemy infighting. Like, that should just be a thing. Nintendo oh god, that would be so great. I've never played a Hamtaro game, or I haven't known about the series until meeting Zarataro, who is just a Hamtaro themed VTuber. Amazing. And like the moment I saw, I'm like, oh, this is really charming. Yeah, they should do more of this. I see why people have fond memories over this whole thing. Hey, Rock. Hey, Rockoy. Hope you're doing well. I see you in. Oh, nice. We've been creepered. We're ranting about things. Hope you're having a good night. And didn't fall for the big graphics more and more hype or encourage that sort of thing. Like, we had so many AAA fans getting mad at Astrobots because it's not cinematic AAA garbage recycled plotline. Doesn't. God. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, welcome in. I'm glad that you had a good enough impression to follow it along. Almost all the games on a computer for Visual Boy and DS program. God, yeah. Yeah, I was talking earlier about the retro game library I have and how it's like distributed between some Google Drive, some on my PC, some on my phone somehow, some just locked on my Raspberry Pi, and it's just the thing is, and I was thinking about this around the remake for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, that it was kind of disappointing for a really interesting reason. It felt really comparable to the original, like in all terms, because the original. I'm just gonna restart this. This is not going well. Oh, all right. The original still holds up. Like all their stylized games, Wind Waker holds up a lot better than Twilight Princess, and I love that game. But the stylization and the charm they have in it, it really goes over really well. And in comparison, playing Uncharted 1 versus 4, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is not near as good looking as I thought when I first played it. It looks embarrassingly old and like it was good for the time because nothing else was like it, but it did not age well. Yeah, as a Vanguard, so it's basically just knifing through a crowd of Tyranids with Chaos also there. Got some finishes with Tyranids Waking into Chaos Marine. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Just there is a lot here, and I have a knife. Wish me luck. It used to be an app for a GBA program that let you connect a Dropbox account where you could store the games. Oh, God, I remember what I always used for my phone, and it was great because it had... Oh, shoot. I needed this one. Because it had games for, like, everything. It was just an emulation website. EMU Paradise had their own phone app, and a lot of the games I played, I would just browse that app and be like, yeah, I'm gonna try that. I'll try this one. And I remember finding so many, like, big titles through that, and just small little, like, indie, or not really indie, but, oh, hey, I missed that. Ah! Like these small little... Okay, I did get it. I'm like, did I miss it? Like small little random games from lesser known studios, and it was really cool. But then Nintendo got huffy about it and forced them to take it all down, as they do. Nope. But funny thing is, some CG cutscene in Space Marine 2, I was feeling like, oh, this is a dead end. They are not going to prove much past this, right? I still think that the only way I can really see for going forward is taking... Oh, dang it! Well, we're getting what's back there because I want to. Is a way forward is to kind of go way back. Because I remember that for like old games that Square Enix had involvement in, like Final Fantasy 7, 10, 8, well, 8, 9, 2, or like Tales of Games, Link's Awakening 2, the ending credit scene, if you go through the game without dying once, they had in that game a quick little anime cutscene. It looked beautiful. It was like the same style as the cutscene at the beginning. I really think the way that they have to go. Less realistic animation, more just, yeah, we hired anime artists. Yeah, we have high quality animation here. Because even like going through some Western animations, like look at Cuphead. That game is known for being absolutely beautiful. Absolutely deranged and expensive to create because they freaking hand drew everything. But the games with better animation that that respect animation as a medium and use it to its full advantage, because just making photorealistic stuff, I honestly think that if you're going photorealistic, do things like what Alan Wake and Control did, where they just put in live action into their game because, hey, we have film cameras, we can put high quality videos in here now. That makes more sense than stressing everyone out trying to do high quality stuff, and adds another layer of weirdness to our games, which is kind of what we're going for. Let's just do that. That seems like a better use of our time, right? Seeing the quality of faces of that is just seeing the chaos effects and weird laying effects from that. I was like, okay, where do we go from here? Like, we have ray tracing to a degree where it's insane. Apparently the remaking Portugal. Oh yeah, that's one that I was thinking of. That the Tales of Vesperia, I think, is the one that I got. That all the cutscenes and skits are really charming. Oh, so this one I had to look up every time because you know what you do? It's just a light little throw. No charging. And it's enough for the old man to... I need to be like a little bit back? Nope. Now I remember where now. It's just enough to break it, and there's never a case where you don't charge up a full shot. Wait. I know it's just a really light throw. Dang. This is, despite being in one of the easiest sets of levels, my least favorite challenge room pipe. And I think it is, yeah, you just do that. That never comes up as a thing. Dragon Ball 2 also just did it for cooking. Yeah, they just did it for the cooking cutscenes. It's kind of obvious that they're just filming a real piece of meat. Ow! My pants! But it's also like, yeah, if you want to make something appetizing without hitting Uncanny Valley or spending a lot of effort, just do that. Logic of, hey, we get to eat good meat after doing this too. Okay, props on the dev team for using, but, and here's the thing, it was probably a lot cheaper to film a good cut of steak. Like, I've seen steaks with like the bone in, they call it cowboy cut in like Sam's Club, that look better, fit the vibe, and it's like, sure, it's like $20 a steak, but that plus camera equipment plus a little bit of editing versus hundreds of hours in Blender of getting effects right and all that, that's the saner option. Wait, how did that actually worked for me? I didn't take damage somehow. Wild. Like, we're getting to a point where photorealism is not only kind of reaching its peak, it's also just kind of meh. Oh. Oh, hey.
Bread.
Oh, hey, Minx. Thanks for the bread. How are you doing tonight? We are ranting and playing Game Boy games. reaching its bread. Ooh, Garden Galaxy. Oh yeah, I was lurking in that. I remember seeing that around. It's a real chill game. Right? Oh yeah, we have gone from Red Dead Remake conspiracy theories to Sony, and now we're on the old familiar photorealism in games sucks when you can just do much more beautiful stylization in art styles. It's your debate? I suppose. But honestly, they're kind of cold takes. It's stuff that I've both said around and has been around on the internet. And, like, they're cold for a reason. It's something that ow, stupid fish. That everyone just kind of agrees with, because unless you're in the weird crowd of Sony fanboys that are... Because it's weird. There's a lot of people who defend Sony for, like... People who say, yeah, no, Mario Wonder, which is one of the best Mario titles to come out for a long while, it is... Like, that one's awful, but throw an Astrobot as a cutesy mascot platformer, and suddenly it's the best thing. And also the people who, whenever you say anything bad about Sony, for some reason... feel the need to just get up in arms about it. It's a really weird crowd. Oh, right. Another instance of the puzzle being throwing an old man in the water. Get in the lake. Oh, wait. I forgot I have to be there. I have to be there while he's there. Those you do cool, fantastic laying stuff. Yeah, but even there, I've noticed something from playing Control, that those devs are really good at using the medium in a way that's really interesting. I went too fast, I need to spawn. Oops. Because in Control, there's places where they intentionally make the layout either change mid-level or do things of, like, the whole, you enter a room that is known to be these specific dimensions into a much larger space, which is a really creative thing that you can't do in other mediums. Like, sure, you can have something... Wait, what? Oh, right. You can have, like, or with special effects.
MT Butterfly Fox is second in the stream.
Hi, Butterfly.
The coveted third is still out there.
Congrats on getting second. How are you doing? But yeah, how Alan Wake uses red light and still one in Control. Like, what I'm trying to say, while getting distracted, is one of my favorite things is there's one area called
Pizza
like,
Splitter is third. Congratulations.
Congrats on getting third, Pizza. Wait. Like, that takes dedicated effort to just not immediately redeem it to get the coveted third. Oop, chestnuts. Run! Like, you go into this area that is, for all intents and purposes, a somewhat weird office building, like lots of concrete, brutalist architecture, whole 9 yards. Ooh. And then you go in and just see this. It's like walking outside and seeing the night sky. But you're definitely indoors. There's definitely a roof to this area beforehand. Like walls. It's definitely not an outside space. But you can just do it. I just forgot. Still a strategy. Like, we're past the point where increasing hardware capacity will let you just make better looking and better games. Because we don't have to worry about maxing out disk space anymore, which was a big problem with NES, SNES, Game Boy. We don't have to worry about technical internal specs, which was an issue with PS3, Wii, GameCube, that era. Wrong button again. now it's just, you have to have creativity. Just got here and figured, yeah, it's fair. And like, hey, first, second, third, it's still, regardless of who it is, it's still a rare thing to get. Oh, right, this one's interesting. I love the Emerald Passage things, because, or challenge rooms, because they're just very simple but kind of creative puzzles. And speaking of, like, the big thing, I feel like the big thing that people have to do now to make games stand out is either solely mechanic based or being creative, like creative use of lights, themes, technical details, the medium itself. Kind of like how a lot of DS games would have a puzzle where you have to close the lid, and once it detected that you did that, it would change something. Like, I remember Phantom Hourglass, Legend of Zelda game, would have it where you had to transfer a mark onto your map by closing the DS's shell, which was so cool. Yeah, I'll make 2 missions. Oh, there's over to clarify what I mean. Oh, nice. Congrats on beating the mission. Constantly uses things like red light, not for cool visuals, but also, here's a dark place linked to supernatural shit. Ah, oh, nice. Never actually played the... Oh, I highly recommend I honestly believe that for the Wario games, Wario Land 4 is one of the best games in the series. Like, they just did a lot of things really well, and it's super fun. Part of it is I have a lot of good memories for it, because this was like a game I played to death and beyond on my old Game Boy back when I had it. So a lot of nostalgia, but like, you don't quite have to deal with the jank of old Game Boy Color games and the like. You get a little bit of polish. Missing money. And you still have instances where it's really thought out well, and they do a good job with the sprite work. Like, I think this is one of the most beautiful games on the Game Boy. From like the starting screen of a cityscape at night to just all the random splash art and other things. And it's also has the fun silliness of your average Mario game. So crap at oh, here's the other good thing. It's not really like a Mario-like platformer. It's a slower pace puzzle platformer. Because this game, the series started on the original Game Boy, which did not have the graphics and hardware, like technical limitations like we were mentioning, to be a fast-paced Mario-like platformer. So instead, they made a puzzle game where like a lot slower, a lot more of, okay, I can get hit by things like the apples these dudes throw make me fat and heavy, which let me break different blocks. Getting hit by this dude's arrow makes me puffy and fly. So, like this, the puzzle rooms are a great example. Just 1,000 extra points by seeing how these things interact and figuring out how to make use of that. Is there anything else in here? I think one of the coolest things in some overlap being open is because light coming from a place that shouldn't be is one of them, like pond in the dead of night, or outside is just intense red light. That's really cool, and also reminds me of an old Valve trick where they would... It really started like Left 4 Dead 2. Oh, Left 4 Dead 1. But they would have light being your guide, that if you didn't know where to go in one of those hectic matches, go to the brightest area and start from there. Like, go in the direction lights were pointing, were shining, go for what was highlighted. Once you know that, that is the original yellow paint. Right? But no, the original yellow paint was just lighting and showing like, hey, there's stuff here. You can... This way is the most eye-catching because it's contrasted by darkness, which is a sign that there is a thing for you here. Oh, shoot. That's just enough slope to turn into a ball. Man, no, Butterfly, it is one of my favorite things about these games that they make like two statements about the character of Wario. That's all you need to know. He is greedy and selfish, but he is also absolutely indestructible, and that can be played for laughs. That in an effort to, like I said this earlier, but an effort to make him the opposite of Mario, instead of Mario's power-ups being beneficial but being lost if you get hit by something. I don't think there's anything up there for me. I don't think I need that. All of Wario's are designed to be detrimental and make him the butt of the joke. So you get things like him getting squashed flat, beaten up, or just otherwise... How did I get that? It's probably something else. Or just otherwise made a fool for the sheer comedy of it all. And it works so well. Ow! It also really helps make him stand out from just a Mario spin-off. Like, you get that in the first Wario Land game where it kind of plays similarly to Mario, but then beyond that, it starts to get a character of its own, which you'll love to see. Yeah, what was I talking about? I don't know. Probably something about how Alan Wake just does a phenomenal job of being a game. Because you still get companies like Sony. I feel like ever since the Helldivers debacle, where they are 100%, in my opinion, the reason that Helldivers went from being so popular the servers were crashing and everyone was playing it non-stop, even with or without friends, to... I was on it last week just to clear out medals and see if there's anything interesting going on. And there's 20,000 players tops. 18,000 of those were concentrated on the major order planet. Like, they were just there to try to do that and logging off. Which is even with a game moving out of public consciousness, that is a massive downfall to go from thousands and thousands to like 100th of the player base. And I really think that's because between that Sony trying to make it region locked and their new big fancy exclusive, it's left such a sour taste that some people just never came back. Like, let's say 25%. And the people who did come back or kept playing, oh shoot, we're on another boss, just had their patience worn down a bit from that whole shitstorm, that when they were faced with more buff or more nerfs for their favorite weapons and comparatively less buffs, they started to get annoyed. And like I will say this so many times, a game can be hard, it can be difficult, it can be frustrating, it can be so many things. The one thing it should never be is annoying. That... oh, stupid practice. That once you make a game be actually annoying to the players, that's when things start falling apart. Because nobody wants to play a game that annoys them, that feels like a chore. And I feel like Helldivers had an issue where it started out... Oh shoot, you can just kind of wombo combo him. Love that. that started getting to that point where all of the weapons that would make, or all the strategies that would make a level, if not possible. Okay, this is just embarrassing for the boss. I feel sorry for this zombie plant thing. Wow. But they just started getting less rewarding or flat out not working, and that chased off another good chunk. And at the end, there's people who like it conceptually, but feel like compared to what it was, it just wasn't helping. And maybe they're going to be able to win back a lot of people, but I don't think... But I think by the time Sony did their damage... Yeah, Helldivers 2 became a horde shooter where the best tactic was don't fight the hordes. And I'll be honest, the way I've cleared... Oh wow, we've done like 3 out of 4 levels already. Maybe we just keep streaming till we beat the game. This feels like one-off territory. Like, I've played... The way that I used to get super samples on that was I'd play like a level 8 difficulty. Level 9 I felt wasn't worth it because you get 1 additional super sample for having to deal with 1 more objective and a whole lot more annoying modifiers and other bullshit that is just like, nah, that is 100% not worth it for just 1 more sample, and it will just annoy me that... Because you only need multiples of 5 to get stuff, so it's like, I'll just do... I have to do the same amount of missions for both difficulties, and one's a lot more annoying. Like, I've done and the full stealth runs of that, where I got in largely without fighting anyone. Those were a ton of fun, because I'm like, I'm here alone. And if anything happens, I am screwed. I cannot afford to get discovered. Which led to also me discovering that you can just stealth out all of the extractions too. It's very much high adrenaline of, oh shoot, am I going to get discovered or am I going to survive? But it's not really a good vibe when that's where your entire game of you against the massive hordes gets flattened to stealth them all. It's not worth it. Nothing works, and the moment we say something does, it gets nerfed into the ground. It's just not worth it. Is kind of sad. Like, I get them wanting to... I get the game design aspect of it, that they don't have a ton of weapons there. So the idea is that every weapon isn't... It's a bit like TF2. Every weapon isn't a direct upgrade. They're side grades. They're meant to be equally viable, but... Huh. What? Oh, wait. There has to be... There we go. Has to be a rock. So they want to make everything on equal footing, and when 1 or 2 guns or stratagems or anything pull away, I get why they want to solve that by making them less effective. But there should also be a bit of care put towards making... I feel like they did too much too fast. Like, they should have released a substantial amount of buffs alongside the nerfs and spread out the nerfs a little bit more, even if it was by a week. Because it just ended up with the culture, with the player base feeling like, all right, if anyone asks, your favorite guns absolutely suck, or else they will nerf them into the ground. Which is not a good place to build any sort of goodwill for the players. Which is sad, because on launch I remember thinking like, oh, the gunplay and the UI and everything feels like what should have been in a AAA shooter a long time ago. This is a breath of fresh air and I love it. But they just didn't have the resources to keep it going. And unfortunately, from that point on, I kind of feel like that was the start of not really the end. I think Sony will unfortunately be around for a good while. The beginning of a massive decline. Ah, shoot. Oh wait, I don't need that heart. I got full health. Never mind. We're going back for the heart. Because I should not say things without expecting to get immediately smacked for them. Too much trouble. Because then they had Concord come out, which was just... no other way to say it. It was embarrassing for them. It is such a flop and failure that it's hard not to point and laugh, except for the fact that the big response was, I feel so bad for these devs who spent so much time on something that was immediately chalked down to not worth the financial stress and hit to the reputation to keep released. It's better, and even if they do have it re-release it and have it come back and try again after taking all the criticisms to heart, a lot of the damage has been done, at least for employee morale. And I have a feeling that whatever decisions... oh shoot, I thought I was going to take damage from that. Whatever decisions from management and everyone else involved, because no dev goes out to make a bad game. A lot of the problem comes from C-suite executives who are like, I know how to have this game make money. Shouldn't we be... is that by making a good quality product? No, it's by having a direct correlation between what players can spend money on and retention mechanisms and all these statistics and everything aside from making a good, fully packaged game. Because it is really hard, and I will admit, from just a pure business perspective, the job of a business is to make money. That is just how it goes. And it's with that goal in mind, it's hard to say for them to look at something and say, like, all right, this might not work. Oh god, is that full everything? So they got so much more money. But we're taking a gamble because if it pays off, it'll pay off well. Like, that's just not how anyone, even the best business person, won't look at something with the same odds of a Vegas slot machine and say, all right, like, they need something to justify it to them. Which still sucks, because that type of thinking is long-term and even short-term very damaging towards actual creative endeavors. But at least from the headspace, I can see the why behind it. That you need to have a justification, or else it's hard. You're making a gamble, especially in a culture of the line has to go up. Unfortunately, it's a lot more damaging than you'd expect, and it makes the line go down a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure from the losses incurred in Concord, both from things that they have already paid, like the budget they've already spent, and the things that are like, this will be covered by the sales and money we make off of this after launch. Astrobot did phenomenally well, and I really want to get it when I have the ability to. But, oh shoot. Stupid ghost steals the key. I think the best way is actually drop down here because the pipe gets you behind him. So you have a bit of free... Yeah, pipe gets you... Aye. Yeah. I actually have to really focus. All right. Oh, hey, Ace, how are you doing? How's Wukong earlier? Was there any issues with the PC, or did it all run smoothly? We're just ranting and trying not to get our key stolen by an old pirate ghost. I hope you're having a good night. It's nice seeing you in. Morale must suck in general now. Oh god, and that too. Like, for all I said of like, I can understand from a business perspective, the thing that is most frustrating is that the game Concord was objectively ruined by corporate level shenaniganery. But it's the devs who were bullied and told, no, you can't do that, and tried to fight it all, and I'd bet tried to fight it as much as they felt they could to give something of use in there. That they're the ones who are suffering the most. And they're the ones that are getting fired. How the Tiny Tina Wonderlands devs had firing despite being well... Right? It's at the point where you can make a good quality game, a good product, have it sell great, and still get fired. Like, at that point, there's no justification for it. Like, they performed their jobs and did it well. They were just fired so that they could save money. It's so disheartening. Like, what do you even do at that point? If you can do a good job and still have layoffs, like, what's the explanation aside from greed? It's a mic problem I don't know how to fix. I assume it's different from the other one you were talking about. But it's good to know that other than that, things were fine. Like, I am glad and excited that, because every now and then you see just this like, it comes in batches almost, because I know 2 or 3 people who are having massive PC problems, and it seems like, and like, it makes sense, because streaming it takes a lot out of a system. Like, it's a very big stress test for every part, and parts will wear out, but like the sheer work involved in getting and cost too. God, computers are so fucking expensive. It's good to know that, like, yes, this is one problem that has been solved. History went all in on the most expensive way possible, except Nintendo, who doesn't seem to be imploding. Well, the other thing is that having a good... It's not just that Nintendo isn't going all in on graphics and the most expensive things. It's also that Nintendo has and is maintaining a large library of their IPs. Because the whole, we need more IPs, that was rightfully mocked, but I can't help but agree, because a lot of them, like God of War, Uncharted, it's a couple other I've seen. A lot of the, like, legendary old ones, those stories are finished. Those are primarily story-based games, and there's not really a way for, like, Uncharted to get Nate out of retirement. Or they could do something with Nate's daughter, but it doesn't having her in the same gameplay loop, like years down the road, it feels like that would be more of a tragedy than anything else of, oh, they tried to get out of that life, but it just keeps on coming back. And it doesn't feel like right to just override the conclusion they had. And so many things have just, I feel, naturally ended to the point where we, like God of War, we don't need to know what Kratos is doing afterwards, because he's gone through enough that I feel it's nicer to end that on just a ray of hope that he's able to move on past everything else than just show him in detail what's happening. Partially because his end goal and what a happy ending would be for that character is largely never having to be in a role like a God of War game needs him to be in, because the role and the violence around him has always been, quote unquote, oh shoot, I went the wrong way. The problem. Yeah, it's different. Randomly cuts out mid-sentence for a second, like noise gate or something. I have no filter. God, that is weird. Yeah, that 100% sounds like, oh, is it like a filter, a noise gate? It's like automatically cutting off, but you got nothing in there. So, yeah, no idea. Nope. Yeah, but we got another ads. I'm just going to kind of keep going until the end of this, at least the first couple dungeons. But be back in a bit.
Time to keep up. But if you fail and if you fall, you know I'll pick you up. I love you, baby, but I'll never change. Loving isn't easy, baby. Love is for keepers, and I will hold on to you. Will hold on to you. Will hold on to you. Will hold on to you.
Alright. I think everyone's back. That's... probably fine. But yeah, I'm thinking... just because we have like good chunk through this level. Then there's like this level, 2 more, the boss, followed up by 1 level that I know has to be done in 6 minutes because came back to see that name. Nice. Oh yeah, I honestly, I did not even realize I did that. The thought was, well, I don't know. The meme is usually "Go piss, girl," but that does not apply. As far as I know, does not apply in this case. Come on, bees, cooperate with me. I could go, yeah, go piss, man. Like, go piss pizza? Nah, I'll go for splitter. Yeah, God knows what the problem is. In Discord and Mystery Bit didn't hear any. Weird. So, yeah, the vibe of that is something on, like, the streaming software, but, dude, yeah, always good to check. Because the funny thing is, like, one of the earliest friends I made in VTubing, for a while, she thought that I was female. Like, no explanation other than it, like, I don't know, you just had the vibe. Like, huh. Wild. So, like, you never know. You know, that's odd. That's an odd, Oh! I don't think I've ever knew that was down there. Sweet. Because there's a little weird thing with the carpets that if you start doing like a headbutt rush, you keep the momentum even though you're not able to just walk off, which lets you do things like... Oh. Alright. That's, I think, everything out there. You just kind of hit heavy charge blocks without any wind-up. Avoid using things I know. Progress from what... True. That is honestly a good way to go about it. Just because you can never really know, so until you can tell for sure. Should to be a dude, cosplay strong anime guys, but no. Hey, from what I've seen, I think that you can probably cosplay a lot of, like, more convincingly do strong anime dude than a lot of people who do them. And, like, yeah, I can't do that either. Like, not by a long shot. I think the most that I can do, like... No, I don't have the muscles for Armstrong, but if you've ever seen Full Metal Alchemist, Sig, the Elric's alchemy teacher's husband, I can do that sort of bear bod. That's about it. Most of you have probably seen the hand cams. You know what I'm talking about. Oh. That carpet's gone forever. Alright, last thing. And... Charge. Yeah, what's I ranting about? Yeah, there's something. I'll scroll up. Hot sec. Yeah, sometimes shifting casts can help. Will Curious himself see come back to some matter. Ichimon's still the current protagonist, even his presence is secondary protagonist. Infinite Wealth feels more about giving him a better goodbye than 6. Ichimon does show can carry game, yeah. I'm just thinking that a lot of things. Part of it is that I don't, with Druckmann and Naughty Dog, I don't really trust him to make a game that isn't Uncharted but worse, because that's kind of what he did with Last of Us, which was Last of Us 1, but not as good. I got everything. Yeah, mind switching cats to do what FromSoft does. Take the style and keep it. Yeah, that'd be a much better way. Keep evolving it with a different name in another world, or like how Echo Knight, similar idea concept. Each game has a connected story. It just had a ghost Redstone protag called Richard Osman. Yeah, like that's totally fair. It's really nice how with FromSoft you keep on getting different IPs, different worlds. Like there was a theory that Yharnam was a future version sometime point of like one of the, or took place in the same world as Dark Souls, but at least with Elden Ring, which is very solidly not the same world, I feel like it's much easier to assume that it's... Oh, dang it. Learned nothing. That they take place in different universes. Just similar experimentation with mechanics. Which could work. They could take what they've learned from other games and implement it differently. Which actually brings me to the other problem. Which is... they can't take what they've learned and implement it in other games because they keep on fucking firing the staff. Part of the reason that Nintendo's doing good is that if they have a question of like, hey, we're having trouble with this port of Super Mario Bros. 3, like, oh yeah, just phone up the creator. Actually, he's in the office today. Let's just go talk to him. That keeping the talent, even through a failed game or a massive flop, is how you grow that base of knowledge. That you're able to refer back to, even if it's a different team, you can kind of just go sit down and pick the brain of someone who used to be in the job that you've got now and made like some legendary old title. And just say like, hey, what were you thinking with this? What was the vibe you were going for? What was the goal? And get and retain some of that knowledge. But you can't really do that when you keep on firing the devs for literally, as we've seen, no reason at all. It just leads to a bunch of people who are like, very rightly, why should I give you the time of day? Like, nope, you made it very clear that you thought you could do this without all of us. Good luck. And that loss of expertise and knowledge, that's really, I think, what's causing a lot of damage to the AAA space. Funny thing with RE5 being like, wow, Josh actually survived this despite everything, which you wouldn't think is special in zombie media now, but I've seen others still pull it, including Last of Us. Yeah, Last of Us was good, but that was... There's kind of like two eras for Naughty Dog games. There's the old stuff, which I was thinking of, of this when you mentioned Sony being in their cocky PS3 days, which is kind of justified because Uncharted 2, what, at least in, well, not now, it was justified back in the PS3 days because, goodbye forever to those 500 coins. Because back in the day, the Last of Us, Uncharted 2 was a huge reason why people bought the console at all. It was a very strong IP that sold like crazy and was good game. 10 out of 10. Funny thing about Echo Knight is you can actually pick up on how FromSoft likes to do things in some ways early, because they're seemingly disconnected stuff for players put together is applied full cast of ghosts. Like, oh, they're talking about this one and lets you finish their isolated tale together. You know, the mass ghost cause finish their last business. Yeah, and full honesty, FromSoft as a case study of how to slowly build upon an idea time and time again. If you look at their old pre-FromSoft or pre-Dark Souls or Demon Souls games, I mean, even Demon Souls had a lot of mechanics that were rough and finished on... Oh shoot, that's a frog already. Well, I remember that this one always takes me a couple of tries because... Specifically, I know this now. This door is where the last chest is. And I kept on going towards it because I'm like, never go through the first door. Always go through the way that doesn't feel like it progresses the level. And unfortunately, this was the way that progressed the level, so, yeah, FromSoft is amazing in that regard. Because they kept on doing precisely that. They had a bunch of games that did fine, but didn't really pop off before Dark Souls. Before that became the thing of all time. But they kept on building off of a concept. And even if it didn't work out, they still built off of it. Okay, I have a feeling. Aha! I knew it. And you can also, and like, sure, that does have a lot of inherent risk. Like, you can look at Team Ico. You might be asking, who the hell is Team Ico? Because nobody remembers that their first game was Ico. They always remember the second one being Shadow of the Colossus. Because it's Shadow of the frickin' Colossus. Like, a game that people have tried to recreate what made that game work so often. And I remember seeing a great video on it that part of it is because they tried some things in Ico that kind of worked, kind of didn't. They were going for like, one of the main things they wanted to do is give the player a companion that they were not in control in. In Ico, it was another girl who was imprisoned alongside the main character that full NPC, they don't even speak the same language, and her system, her use in the game is essentially, this is your hint system. We were trying to give you... Oh, shoot, I need to bounce off of that to get the diamond. We're fine. The idea that we're going for is that you are two people with a massive language barrier between, and also she might just kind of be a little bit spaced out by default because of plot. God, so hard to get started on the slippery. There we go. Full diamond, that's perfect. But like, as you're figuring out the puzzle she's also working on, I know Vicon's hand holding, but not too much over. Yeah. Matt tried to use as an example of finding Ghost Kid who didn't get to do something. You also find film guys like, sure, I had to show this kid's film reel off. I'm like, oh, that's what I need to do. That is so cool. Of like connecting the dots and using it to move forward. I love that. Yeah, I haven't played through all of it. Got like halfway through and then my brain started screaming because it was like the wrong game to hyperfixate on. Yay. But I remember one point I got honestly stuck and I was considering opening up a walkthrough, and then the NPC just pointed at something and said like, hey, like, oh, I understand. And I don't know, it felt really organic, and I do like how they did that. But like Shadow of the Colossus knocked it out of the frickin' park. Part of it was that the thing that the NPC that you were not in control of was a horse that behaved a lot like an actual horse in a game where most of it was big old open fields, so it wasn't really felt. The worst part, it was mostly felt in boss battles where you had to use the horse, but even then, God, how do I keep on avoiding these axe guys with how I'm just flailing all over the place? But even then, it was smart enough and circular enough arenas, or big enough arenas, that it wasn't felt too heavily. Now we have God of War, Ragnarok, and its famous companion characters giving hints and answers. Oh, God. Yeah, that is the AAA. If you don't get something immediately, start hand-holding, is so annoying, because it's like, it's either, yeah, I know, it's just this takes longer to physically move the pieces in places than you are programmed to give hints, or, yeah, I would have figured that out if you gave me a second, the wheels were turning, let me experiment, goddamn. And it's just so oh, yeah, that would be hilarious. If they gave you... It'd be hilarious and kind of good design if they gave you answers that were like, wait, I think you can do this. Try it. Nope, that is not the solution. In fact, it kind of made things a little bit worse. Sorry about that. But also did clue you in on how things could go. Oh, this is... I love how they just make mechanics for these sections. Because you have these teleportation areas that don't show up anywhere else. But they're also used in a really fun way. If you get the power up, and then you put it in motion. But that'd be a very fun, diegetic way to add a bit of character to things. And like, yeah, they have a good idea that guides you a little bit closer towards what the answer is, or at least like encourages you to mess with mechanics. Oh, hey, Jessica. Hell yeah, it is. This is the best Wario game ever. My personal favorite, and God, I am really glad I'm able to play it. But how are you doing today? Welcome in. You're doing well. We are just doing the last couple levels in Sapphire Passage, and also talking about game design and whatnot. Forgot about the shout-out jump scare. Yeah, the auto system works. But nice seeing you around. Oh, yeah, I was wondering when that was going to happen. I keep on charging around with reckless abandon in an area full of literally axe-wielding maniacs. I'm amazed I haven't lost more health. Yeah. Alright, Team Ico stuff. Well, like what I was saying with the whole, their entire concept through all three games they made was, oh shoot, I still need the bat, was that you're saddled with something that you have to use to move forward, but you're not in full control of it, which led to the third game, the last Guardian, which honestly, okay, why do I need this? I'm just bringing this down here in case there's... Nope, I have no idea why they gave me a rock. Probably... Oh, that's why they gave me a rock. All makes sense. Oh. Oh. Ah! Well, missed out on that. It's just... Yep. That it is now. Because you're supposed to drop that Yeti to the level below, so you get blown into all those turtle dudes and knock them out for a ton of money. Oops. Oh, hey, Jen. Thanks for the googly eyes. I have actually had these for a long time because Fable gave them to me for helping out on I think her debut, and they have been sitting largely forgotten. I've been meaning to do this for so long, but we finally have them. And the best part, they fit to the meme toggle. Like 5, actually 2. But yeah, it feels like a long time has passed since that. Reminds me of how long I've known people. Like, if you ask me at any arbitrary point, I would say, oh, I've only been streaming for like a year. Not really that long. Still figuring stuff out. No, I've been streaming for like 2 or 3 years. Depending on, I don't really count like the first year of streaming because I was only able to stream like once or twice a month at all, if any. But definitely for 2 years at this point. Nope, that's true. You are a well-documented fan of googly eyes. Starting to call is kind of, yeah, it was kind of iffy. You remember the ending pretty early on because these creature animals came poorly sort of things. So, yeah, I'm not too surprised. I mean, hell, they did it with Shadow of Colossus, and the big thing was, oh, wait, no, they actually didn't. 404, room not found. Oh shoot, room's actually found. But like a big problem with why that specific game didn't do as well as god dang, I forgot what it's called. Shadow of Colossus is partially because the thing you were saddled with wasn't just a horse and the bosses which were meant to be fighting against you. It was a horse, it was the main thing that let you do anything for the puzzles and the challenges, that it just ended up being annoying. And blah blah blah, rehash the whole game can be anything but it should never be annoying nonsense. And yeah, the big problem was that it wasn't fun to play. After Marley and Mia, I won't get fooled again. Yeah, you can only go through that level of emotional devastation so much time without it being foreseen. And just oh hey, a diamond. Nice, I didn't even know that was down there. I just take that shortcut because it's the fast way down here. Run over towards the locked 103 room. Oh shoot, I might need to go up. Oh wait, no, I can just go up to 203. Because we're getting this. Ah. Yeah, there we go. I keep kind of getting distracted by the timer and forget what I'm talking about. Alright. Yeah, like and the whole point of that long-winded, often disrupted tangent of a tangent is that it's really good for a game studio to keep talent that knows what they're doing. Because even after a failed game, like Ico was okay. They didn't end up making a game that is absolutely legendary in terms of gaming in general. Like, that is part of the reason nobody knows all of their other games, is because they know Shadow of Colossus, and that's what stands out in their memories. So they did get a legendary hit from keeping talent around. It just happened not to repeat. Yeah. I don't know, it's a whole mess, and it seems like indie and Nintendo games, and the odd one that absolutely pops off. Also, cat bat. It is... There's not much to see here that isn't already seen. Yeah, it's exactly what it says on the tin. Ow. Nope. Just can't swim underneath it. Keep on pushing it back. I don't know. It then it's disappeared and there's not much to see at all. What you see is what you get. It's even odds if there's anything to see though. So good luck. Reload. It's like if a game introduces an animal companion. They'll always try to hit it for drama. Sibling or parent, I immediately assume they're either going to get taken out, or so they're out of the way, or... Oh, shoot. Forgot this is the second phase where something gets destroyed and the gimmick changes. Okay, I need you to be back here. Ah! What the heck was even that? Oh, this ain't going well. Let's cut our losses with a submarine. It's like the death flags, and part of it is just the more media you consume, the more you're able to see the tropes that commonly show up and anticipate things of like, oh, I've seen this. They're talking about a missing sibling presumed dead, or they're making it very clear how important this relationship is. Odds are someone is not going to make it through the end of it. Which can work for drama. You know, it's a case of the Terry Pratchett quote of cliches and tropes are the hammers and screwdrivers in the toolbox of human communication. They exist for a reason, and that's usually because they want you to see it coming and know, oh, this is gonna hurt. I think part of it is that if it's overdone and you can't escape media where that keeps on happening again and again, then that's when it becomes just way too much. Okay, there's also something really funny about this specific level. There is a 3-minute long, like full composed theme for this level. Oh, shoot. But because its entire gimmick is the frog statue is right underneath the entry pillar, which gives me 9 minutes for. I'm not entirely sure any level has taken me significantly longer unless I'm trying to get like everything. That one's so mean. And even then, it's always in the neighborhood thereof. So it's largely to the point where I remember when I first played it, I was panicked because, oh god, I only have, the timer's already started. I gotta get moving and schmoving. And you have absolutely nothing to worry about at all in this level because it gives you 10 minutes about. Even writing and talking to someone in a comment about the sibling or dad. So tired of this being pulled there, literally among the safest in the cast narratively. I said that as well for when I ended up doing a boyfriend with the dad also. No, I'm not doing the tragedy thing with the same gender couples. He's also super safe. Yeah, which is another thing. Like, Oh, right. Okay, this one is one of my favorite puzzles in the game. You hit, and then jump off the cliff, and that's when you jump up. For whatever reason, I misremembered it as thinking you had to start the super jump in midair, which would have been super cool. Alright, there's 100% something down here. Oh, hey, that's right. But yeah, there is a lot of value that can be getting out of either having a trope and playing it straight, or hey, these fish are tearing me to pieces. And we're just gonna go. Or like doing, okay, I know how this can play. We are very intentionally not doing that. Sure, I'm doing personal fans sort of stuff, but I'd like to. But there are tropes outside of that I want to avoid that non-fan stuff doesn't. Oh yeah, and that's also a massively valid reason for doing fan work. If you're tired of a trope that a genre does all the time, then yeah, of course you're going to want to avoid it at all costs. Like, there's one thing that I've considered writing up and like turning into a legit either episodic podcast or something, or just getting out somewhere, because I really hate isekai as a genre. I think the typical interpretation is lazy. It has such an interesting idea that it then does nothing with. It's been flattened from something that's like, hey, there's a lot of interesting ways this could go narratively if we really explore what's going on here and the different things and a lot of themes that could go through. It's just flattened to kind of meh power fantasy. Alright. Nice. And the idea is that just want a life-changing journey via Pokemon, which is also fair and valid. Like, for the same reasons that someone might dislike certain tropes and fan works and things that are commonly, like, I've seen this all over and want to avoid. Sometimes you do just want the life-changing journey with Pokemon that the games and anime sell you on, because, well, let's be honest, that would be pretty great, just having a lot of critters. Like, what's a joke that you either live to see yourself as a Pokemon protagonist, or oh shoot, I gotta break this block and then go around, or you live to see yourself become an NPC, which fair and valid, but let's be honest, NPC in Pokemon life is cozy as hell. And there we go. Sorry, dude. Like, the entire idea of what I want to, like, turn into a podcast or some sort is isekai into an RPG sort of world. But instead of Dragon Quest, dude gets isekai'd into Dark Souls with all the or Dark Souls-like setting with all the trauma that entails. And just ends up every time he dies for real with chasing the first guy who got isekai'd in the setting as like the stereotypical protagonist and immediately let the power and everything go to his head. Just keeps on chasing him across the universe, trying to stop him from doing it again. Yeah, don't care if they kept the gyms and stuff. I just want the journey to change a person. For sure. Like, it could be... I mean, I think that anime had some shades of this, at least with the companions, that they had goals, they had plot arc, and if it was done well, by the end of it, they would, even if they're going through the stuff that was in the games, they would get some sort of development and worth out of that. That would be, like, that's peak. Like, part of why I was saying earlier, I think PlayStation does legit need new IPs is because the best thing the story can do is end. Things are not meant to spiral into infinity. It takes a very specific type of thing that can just keep on going, and it's fine. And part of the reason like Mario games can do that, because they keep on reinventing themselves. Like Wonder is wildly different than Super Mario World. Oh, I also love this. That cat that's been around immediately squares up to this ghost. Doesn't do anything, but she's trying her best. I love her. The reason I did that was because on forum I saw a gay person complain about how tragedy focuses relationships. Oh yeah, for sure. The bury the gays trope is a huge thing. Like there are comparatively so little. Oops. Oh right, I remember this. So little queer romances that aren't specifically written to avert that trope, that just ends with some sort of tragedy. That it is, and it's important to show that that is a relationship that can just be happy and as typical as any heterosexual relationship in anime, or not in anime, just in storytelling in general. So I really love the boss fight against the Golden Diva because it's just, there is something for every one of your abilities, transformations, boss gimmicks. Like she's using the eggs from Cuckoo Condor. This hammer, it's so dumb. What you have to do is throw it up, hit it with yourself, and then use Spring Wario to hit her. If you throw it directly at her, like this weird freaking spike ball dude, it doesn't work. Why? Who knows? Who cares? God, this is going amazing. Last time I did this, I was not getting these as one after the other. Like I was oh yeah, so you just hit her and absolutely nothing. I was hoping for certain ones because I was struggling with like the eggs or the hammer. The other fun thing with the hammer is that if you're quick enough to get back to it, you can hit her twice with the same gimmick. Now, well, I don't have to deal with that gimmick. And in my opinion, it's one of the easier gimmicks to hit her with. Excuse me? Get sad and broken up, so usually appeals to them. Yeah, like there's a thing of fan-made fiction being very much self-serving to what the author wants to see, but even then, if it's the same trope over and over, either some variety would be nice, or just can we have a story where this doesn't happen all the time? There we go. Last phase is infinitely, second to last phase is infinitely easier. Because you hover in the middle, she tries to ground pound, and then you hit her in the face. Oh yeah, and even here, but you can, like yeah, technically she will get over the arena out, but even here, the last phase is the easiest. But yeah, you can just keep on jumping over it. And we saved the kitty! Done some isekai stuff before, but besides making them more genuinely socially awkward tsundere habits, I recall having the supporting cast do major act. That too. Supporting cast, usually more interesting, usually underwhelmed. I don't know, I just feel like the best way to do an isekai is like what I want to do, what I'd really like to see for an isekai is like the whole into legally distinct games, whole class ordeal, like 6 episodes to explain, like to show the character dynamics in the real world beforehand, and there's just like 6 dudes, like 7 dudes, one girl who are like the COD gamer bros, And when after the Isekai happens, they do not show up for the entire first season, except for the stinger of the last episode, where two of them in heavy armor just look at each other. You ever wonder why we're here? Because I find that funny. God, I can't believe it only took a half hour longer to finish this game. The Tsundere habits is part of the actual personality thing, but also will violently hit friends, and everyone sees through the act so easily. Avoid power fantasy by aiming more than... Yeah. Yeah, and Tsundere, I feel like, has moved from something like that to actually hates you, and I am uncomfortable when people are not respecting Tsundere's boundary. Also, whole time, Cat was a princess. Not sure if she counts as a cat girl, but that is a question for another time. Thank you, Wario. You know, now that I think about it, this is one of the few Wario Land games where he actually gets paid. Because I know Shake It, the treasure gets stolen from him. 3... no, I think Wario Land and the 3, the one in the music box, he does end up getting to keep the treasure. I think 2, there was an issue where he couldn't actually... No, Shake It, he couldn't take the treasure out anyway. 2, he was just reclaiming his stuff. 1, he got paid. So... himself has said that no, he also does find it a bit funny. Yeah, so it's Wario Land 4. There are 2 other difficulty modes which just change a bit of these cutscenes, which I find this so pretty. Like the driving in the sunset. I think this game and Twilight Princess is why I absolutely love anything at sunset. Twilight's just the best time. But yeah, the only thing that changes is a couple of the cutscenes and what vehicle he drives. Like, if you do it in hard, he's driving a pickup truck to haul the loot, and if you do it in super hard, he's got a hovercraft. Because why? Because. Alright. Let's see. What is the closest to Wario nonsense? Huh. I see. And we are going to let the credits roll out just to get residual nonsense out of my system. And because I love the post-credit scenes. It's also why I like making them bad liars on top of that, to make them trustworthy and great. Yeah, because it's hard to do well and not flatten. Choco, thanks so much for the raid. I am so sorry. We're not only wrapping up, we beat the game. There is not much else that can be done. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for the raid. How's Deadlock? I've seen a lot of people have been getting into that new Steam MOBA. Yeah, evidently people really like Wario Land, which fits perfectly. This series is like, everyone freaking loves it. It's a spin-off. It smells like crazy, but it has like the most cult-like following. It's good. So speaking of nachos, the other day I did, out of just why the fuck not, I had some like spicy Doritos, spread them on a plate, put cheese on them, made nachos out of them. Surprisingly not bad. I don't recommend it, but I also recommend it. So good good to know that you're having fun. Oh, I was enjoying the Goopy character. I love a good slime or like amorphous character. But yeah, for everyone new here, I'm Eldritch Horror Bread, Eldritch Horror from Beyond Reality, found band Blockbuster, and has been slowly going through everything that they had left in storage when they closed down. Mostly due to the Eldritch Horror infestation in the building. Yeah, normally my main model is this one, but every now and then, because sometimes annoyingly you need to have hands, I possess a different body, which I call Corpse. I bet you cannot figure out why. Yeah, welcome in again, and I am so sorry about the fact that you guys raided in right as we were doing like last call. But so welcome in Paxi and Drat DT and John Oh No, very fitting name. Oh god, she called it. Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to let the credits play for just, I love the opening shot of the cityscape and him almost running over a cat, because I find the cat so cute. It is, yeah, $10 steak. We looted nearly 100,000 coins. He's still cheap. Like, apparently gets the appeal of having a bunch of weird. Good. Is it because your middle name's Corpse? Maybe. We may never know. The best thing a game can do is be very weird and honest about it. It gives it so much character. Like, this game's a fever dream. I've heard it described as fantasy, solidly on the Alice in Wonderland side. Like, one of the bosses is a freaking zombie plant, a cat with a smaller cat on its head that's also a bat, a sentient cuckoo clock with a ghost condor inside. It's weird. So remember I was saying Operation Space Marine 2's story related? One thing that's all late into the story actually shows up. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, thanks all for coming. Again, sorry for the raid issues. But I do have someone in mind. We're going to be raiding Skull's Nightshade, who is playing Sonic Adventure 2. Doing a community I don't know how to say that. Cow Garden stream. So a bit more chill, but I figure it's a game that involves stealing diamonds, so it's close enough. Yeah, I'll be live next Thursday to finish up Dark Souls 2. We are super close, but people have voted that I have to get bonked by the DLC a bit before I can just walk up to the boss. So the cargo shorts and giant tooth rides again. Thank you. I hope everyone had a good time and good night. It was super fun and well worth going a little over normal. See you around.